are sick, tell it to Jesus, he's a mighty healer. If you are dumb, tell it to Jesus, he can make you speak, brother man. If you are blind, tell it to Jesus, he can make you sing. He can cure any sickness, even the terrible cancer. So what do you wash me, Jesus, wash me, continue, wash me in your blood. Wash me, Jesus, wash me, and let me whiter than snow, Lord. Wash me, Jesus, wash me in your blood. I'm feeling happy, I found my Lord. So I beg you, wash me, Jesus, wash me in your blood. Wash me, Jesus, wash me, and let me whiter than snow.
Hey, it's a girl Shensia with a message to you from myself and the Ministry of Health and Wellness. Shen Yangs, everyone say wear a mask where the numbers drop. I don't want COVID, lay your down flat. Nose and mouth, you fi cover up that. Oh, 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 oh. Sanitizer gets hospitalized. Fight the virus, then fight for your life, yeah. Nobody talk about say you no response no more. Don't be reckless, cause your test say you're not happy. You can still get the virus from somebody. Don't be reckless, cause your test say you're not happy. You can still get the virus. So keep the numbers down. Protect yourself and the people you're around. COVID in town, 6 feet apart and 6 feet in the ground. Keep the numbers down. Protect yourself and the people you're around. COVID in town, 6 feet apart and 6 feet in the ground. Stay alive, stay alive, stay alive, stay alive, stay alive, stay alive.
Jesus, we never know I saw you sweet. Never know I saw you sweet, my Lord. Never know I saw you sweet. My God, never know. All of the people them get out the rock and wave. If you know that Jesus sweet, stand on your feet. Let us praise him, oh Lord. What we say? Jesus, me never know I saw you sweet. Lord, I saw you sweet. Lord, I saw you sweet. What we say? Jesus, me never know I saw you sweet. I would have served you long time ago. Lord, you sweet. Lord, you sweet. Lord, you sweet. Lord, you sweet. I really never know. Jesus, me never know I saw you sweet. Lord, I saw you sweet. Lord, I saw you sweet. Me I say, Jesus, me never know I saw you sweet. I would have served you long time ago. Lord, you sweet. Lord, you sweet. Lord, you sweet. Lord, you sweet. Jesus' name so sweet. Emmanuel name so sweet. Jesus' name so sweet. Emmanuel name so sweet. 'Cause if you rock, we rock up on Jesus. Jesus' name so sweet. 'Cause if you rock, we rock up on Jesus. Jesus' name so sweet. Lord, you sweet. Lord, you sweet. Really sweet, yeah. Lord, you sweet. Lord, you sweet. I never know, Lord. Jesus, me never know I saw you sweet. Lord, I saw you sweet. Lord, I saw you sweet. May I say, Jesus, me never know I saw you sweet. I would have served you long time ago. Lord, you sweet. Lord, you sweet. Yeah, man. Lord, you sweet. Lord, you sweet. Lord, you sweet. the man make me feet. Raise your hand if you know the man sweet. Jump, dance around if you know the man sweet. Sweeter than honey and sweeter than meat. Jump around if you know the man sweet. The man make me hand, the man make me feet. Jump in a Jesus, me well complete. Oh, Lord, you sweet. Lord, you sweet. Lord, you sweet. Lord, you sweet. Yeah. Lord, you sweet. Yeah, yeah. It's sweet. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
The station with the artist station with the artist music.
Are you ready for me? Go.
Yes. This is Rebel Radio. And as you know, this is time for live programs, you know. And we are going to kick off the program by talking to...
One second. Mr. Richards.
Yes, sir.
Call me straight now. The WhatsApp doesn't work. As soon as a call comes in, it breaks. It destroys the quality of
All right. Okay.
communication.
Okay, I will call you.
Work.
I'll call you straight. Just hang up. Okay. Yeah, we are going to be talking to the Minister of the Member of Parliament. You know, he was a minister. The Member of Parliament for Western St. Thomas, Mr. James Robertson. Yes, and he has been a Member of Parliament for many years. And so we are going to be talking to him about what is happening in its constituency. Yes. And you know, there are lots of issues over in in St. Thomas at the moment. There's a number of issues there, especially with the road situation. And other issues, water issues. We have Mr. Robertson? Hello? Hello? Still trying to get Mr. Robertson. Mr. Robertson? Yes, so, you know, I'm trying to get hold of the MP. I don't know why. Hello?
My name is James Robertson. How are you, Mr. Richards?
Okay, Mr. Robertson, Member of Parliament for Western St. Thomas. How are you today?
Very, very good.
I'm very glad to hear that. And I sincerely hope that your constituents can repeat those words. Can they?
It depends. You have to put it in context.
Yeah.
If you are in an area that's having poor water supply,
yes,
or no water supply, such as some areas in Yallis, like Catholic Lane and Newlands, on and off, you can't and would not say that.
Right.
If you're in areas that are supposed to get a new water supply promised almost 10 years, coming out of Whitehall through Stewartfield down into Seaforth, you couldn't make those comments.
Okay.
If you are in areas between Morant Bay, the roundabout, going to Cedar Valley, and you are in 2 or 3 sections where the road has been marred and is left not properly moist, or it's being done, but no matter how much water they're putting down, you're still having a dust nuisance, then you would not make that comment.
Yes.
If you find yourself as part of that 6% without jobs and unable to pay your bill this Friday, you couldn't make that comment. So it's all in context
Yes, sir.
of health and utility supply and how you see your present and your future.
Yes, of course, of course.
So I'm not going to make mockery of the people when saying that I'm good and you ask me the question, could days come? You know, a lot of people in West St. Thomas would not be able to say that they're happy and in a good place as we speak.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I'm sure what you said a while ago can be replicated across Jamaica. But today,
definitely.
But today we are just going to talk about St. Thomas. You know, MP, one of the things, I have been associated with St. Thomas over the years, and there is one school of thought that the people of St. Thomas today are still paying.
Mr. Richard, I have a water truck supply man trying to help some people. Give me 3 seconds.
Yes. Yes. One of the things, as I was saying, there's a school of thought in Western St. Thomas among some people who believe that they are still paying for the Morant Bay Rebellion. And the reason why they share this view.
Forgive me for that. It was the call I thought.
Yes.
We're trying to put some water trucks into different areas.
Yes.
The minister on the agriculture side has just made us aware that we can begin with funding to supply water, because you can't truck water if you don't know you're going to pay the truck.
No. But on that note, how much money has been allocated to each MP?
I would never disclose that.
Why?
On a program like this.
Why?
No, I would never.
No,
okay, because when you do so, individuals will say, MP get allocation, and I don't get it in my pocket. Allocation of $10 million a week, I get a bucket. We don't get none in 4 days. We have just been made aware. There's a breakdown of how it's to be done, and so I would not answer that question at this time.
It is very funny. But as I
have learned how to communicate and what. I've spent enough time, and you actually spent time teaching me how to communicate. Have you forgotten?
But you know, have
you forgotten that you have spent time teaching some of us how to communicate with the people?
Yes.
So there's no misunderstanding.
Yes, sir. But you know, I at this stage in Jamaica, 2023, I would have thought that is just basic information that the constituents should know, because the government unknowns.
I'll go further. I will be publishing it. I'll be communicating it, and also reporting how we broke it down. That's one thing about this member of parliament. But I just said, as we speak on this Friday, I have not even seen the hard copy in my hand.
Okay.
I only know that we will be able to, so I jumped the gun.
Okay.
I'm jumping the gun right now, if you want to know. That's why I can't answer you.
I was saying that, speaking to some people in St. Thomas, they are of the view that St. Thomas, the residents of St. Thomas and the parish, they are still paying the price for the 1865 Morant Bay Rebellion. And they say this against the background that they feel that the parish has been sidestepped when it comes on to development. They feel so.
The historians, sociologists, and many others agree with you and them, and I actually do agree with you. I do believe the best lands and water systems that existed, that we read about, that started the sugar trade in Jamaica between Haiti and the east, and St. Thomas in the east, St. Thomas. The historians tell us that the level of development of our sugar trade and our plantations and our systems in the east were superior to the rest of the island.
Yes.
And we never came through the other eras of development, banana, sugar, industrialization, we have not come through seeing St. Thomas in the forefront. When I went there as Member of Parliament, and up until recently, we were referred to as a forgotten parish.
Yes.
But thank God to the work of Paul Bogle and others. Robert Lightburn, let's not forget him. Errol Anderson, let's not forget him. And I am not going to hide and say it. My good work
Yes.
over 20 years. St. Thomas is no longer the forgotten parish.
Yes.
And the proof of the pudding is always in the market. You go to St. Thomas now and look at land valuations, look at the interest people have, look at the 2-3 National Housing Trust projects that are being announced in the East, or 4 in the East, not just West St. Thomas. And it is because of the development that has taken place by the Jamaica Labour Party from Harbour View straight to Port Antonio, Morant Bay to Cedar Valley, inclusive of the first new urban town center being built on the old Goodyear factories, which was closed. Let's remember who closed it, who made demonstrations, who did not understand the period and time was it that we were in, and who did not understand that we'd have to transition. So St. Thomas is no longer the forgotten parish.
Yes, but for example, one of the things that needs to be addressed, and you just touched it a while ago, is the water supply system in the parish. It is very bad.
Well, let me say this to you.
Yeah.
I saw blood in my eyes yesterday about this time when I heard that one of my water projects, and when I say my, meaning St. Thomas's water projects, had been put on hold or cancelled. And I called the president. And the president understands and knows and remembers that this is not somebody who, when it comes to representation, mixes up issues. And I called him, he answered his phone, and he said, no, your pipelines for that project, which is Whitehall, Stewartfield, into Seaforth, York and down, gravity fed for the most part, the pipes will be here in 2 months. And once the pipes are here, there's nothing in our way for us not to lay out that project. That will be major, because when you're pumping water upper grade all the way from the Bustamante Bridge, there, Springfield, that area where Goodyear factory is, where the new urban town center. When you're pumping water up the hill, all the way up to Seaforth, that's a lot of energy. And
yes,
you know, Jamaica's greatest failing is the fact that we have not fixed our energy cost.
Yes, of course.
So I was the happiest man yesterday, and I always have to remember these things, because sometimes when you're feeling a little depressed, you have to speak about the positives.
Yes. So, MP, tell us about some of your major achievements over 20 years as Member of Parliament in Western St. Thomas.
Well, I don't wish to showboat. You cannot showboat until the delivery is finished. Next thing, you drop at the line and you fail. But let us put it on
But you would have completed some things already, yes.
There will be no Member of Parliament that's going to indicate or be able to say they have delivered more infrastructure, more bridges, more water, more lines, a new urban town center. We have put in, at the end of my career in politics, spent in West St. Thomas, we would have to say that in the last 10 years, per capita, per head, for a resident of West St. Thomas, we have had the greatest attraction of government spend. The government has spent billions in West St. Thomas, righting or wrong, connecting the East, fixing 160 years of representation by Paul Bogle and others. Good representation. Robert Lightburn I mentioned. I also mentioned Errol Anderson. And I would feel that I have left a legacy of bridges, roads. Have you seen the new roadway that links Harbour View to Yallas? Have you been on it?
No, that you mean that is under construction?
No. Come. come, Mr. Rickles. I asked you if you have seen it, if you have been on it. You and I can drive it anytime, any morning next week at 6 o'clock in the morning. We'll be going against the traffic. We'll be driving into the rising sun, and we will see what's about to rise in the east. And you'll get a vision. If you have not, maybe you should not have interviewed me until you went and had a good look for yourself.
Yeah, but remember,
the new town centre out at Morant Bay is under full-blown construction.
Yes.
The phase one of it, which would be the new municipality building and area, and the area that's going to have our banking centre, those are, you can see them, they're out of the ground.
That is in Western St. Thomas, right?
Correct, yes.
Yes. Go on.
Unbelievable.
Yes. So when it comes on, you are saying to me that over these 20 years that you have done a lot to impact the lives of...
Not to impact, to change the trajectory, to move them from being the forgotten parish, the forgotten people, to the people where we are attracting more investment. True, at this time, it is government investment, but that's representation. You can't fault me for that. Isn't that what they voted for?
No, I'm not faulting you for anything. I'm trying to understand from you what are some of your achievements. That's what I'm trying to understand.
I'm going to tell you something.
Yes.
We are also the parish where we believe we are attracting. I read about it, I hear about it, Ed Bartlett has spoken about it, the investors have confirmed it. We are attracting at this time the highest grade hotel chain to build rooms, and it's all in West St. Thomas.
Yes.
When I heard about it, I couldn't believe it myself.
Yes, I read about that. I read the Minister of Tourism talking about that. I saw that.
And the investors continue to show that they have the money and the project. And it can happen.
Yes.
And the people of St. Thomas want nobody to interfere with it and chat no rubbish.
Yes.
Don't come from outside to tell us after 160 years what's best for us. Keep that to yourself.
Okay.
And I beg the media to go and speak to the people of St. Thomas and not speak to a handful of individuals. Let us have a town hall meeting and say this is what is being prepared and presented, and let those who are against it stand up in that meeting and say no.
Yes.
Why you laugh?
Yeah, what about employment?
Are you laughing at me or with me?
I'm just laughing, man, because I'm wondering who would stand up in a town hall meeting. That is talking about development and saying no to
yes,
that.
they exist. A few cowards who hide behind their computer screens, do not think past their own selfish, narrow-minded positions. They don't think about the hundreds and thousands of mothers who have gone to bed with children hungry without jobs, who would be getting jobs. They don't think about the level of training that would have to be done to service a 7-star, 5-star type operation. They don't think about the thousands of individuals who will be coming from the outside, all around Jamaica, to be a part, to invest in houses, to supply labor and special services.
Yes.
They're not thinking about that. They're thinking about their own narrow-minded, negative existence.
Well, that has to be, those persons have to be in the minority.
But they make a loud noise, and the media love to carry them.
They can't be in the majority because
I have read so much in the media where it is, but the minority has to be protected too, so let us understand. And they have to have their voice, so let's not belabor this point. But I can tell you, we're living a dream in St. Thomas. There are nightmares that exist sometimes on some nights, but overall, in the 365 days of any year, I can tell you, 95% is a dream now. The people of St. Thomas are believers.
Okay. What at this time, how is employment in the area? And especially among the young people.
I believe we would be way higher than the 6%, because let's be honest and let's face it. St. Thomas is the poorest parish in Jamaica. You said so in different words at the beginning of this interview. West St. Thomas did not have the infrastructure, the land space, the sugar, the banana, the capital Morant Bay that the East had. So let's understand, I have worked in the poorest constituency in Jamaica for a long time to turn it around. And I can tell you, I've turned it around. In the hills, because of a lot of good work, coffee is positive as we speak.
Mm-hmm.
In the hills as we speak, you are able, and I'm talking the Blue Mountain Hills,
yes.
One is able to plant Irish potato and see success. I saw pictures of the field of a man who died after planting. They refer to him as Duppy, one of my good friends in the hills. He died recently in the last week or two. He has not been buried. I saw pictures of him in his Irish potato, in his potato field, not reaped yet. Mm-hmm. So in the hills, we have success in coffee coming back and interest. We have, without any doubt, in the hills of the Blue Mountain Peak, good prospects with potato. That's a project I worked day and night on to see it come around. We have, as we come down into other areas, do you know that the greatest success in vegetable planting right now is in West St. Thomas, not in South Manchester or St. Elizabeth?
No, I didn't know.
Do you know that when Frank Witter and Floyd Green and any other of my colleagues, they can't speak that they are the breadbasket any longer, parish. They have to consider that St. Thomas is beating them. West St. Thomas is beating them.
Yes.
And these are projects that come from my grandfather's days in there, Rudolph Burke.
Mm.
Can you believe the last phone call and representation I had to do was to beg the National Irrigation to look at who owes them money in out there in Yallas for water and who hasn't paid, and indicate to them that based that I cannot interfere. It's not a member of parliament to tell them don't lock off the water or not, but just to tell them that, listen, I am positive that you will be paid by noon because of the level of the thousands and thousands of tons of onions coming out,
yes,
which is being sold anywhere from $150 a pound to $160 a pound. Are you aware that that program is so successful in terms of even its relevance to every other strong agricultural nation? Because in others, the price of vegetables is up threefold around the world.
Yes.
So there's so much we could speak about. I would just ramble on and on.
You spoke about onions. I think I saw a photograph. Yallas Agro Park. Yes. And this came to me from one of the Mr. Owen Scarlett, who is an official in the Ministry of Agriculture. Show me a whole heap of, what are these? Onions, yes. Several crocus bags, several packs of onions. There are a huge heap of onions. Yes. So the
market needs it, and the market is going to consume it from our tourists right through to our Coronation Market.
Yes. So
millions and millions is going to be pumped in to the hands and the pockets of the people of West St. Thomas.
Yes, so you are saying agriculture is a success story in that side.
A major success story, mind-blowing success story.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So those were the negatives. So from the highways to the sky that look like the Skywalker highways, to agriculture, to everything, to every single thing you could think of, we are going forward.
Yeah. Do the farmers out there have any problems with pre-larceny?
I am going to say no. I am going to say no. At this time, I've had no reports of any such thing.
Yes. And you are aware that
But the superintendent and let's be honest, the superintendent and the police are out there working and doing a good job. So let's understand. A lot is going good in this country at this time.
Yes. And
a lot has a good trajectory.
Yes.
Success. I'm not going to sit here and tell you there are not difficulties.
Yeah. Were there any problems? I know that there had some farmers in St. Thomas. I don't know if it was in your area. I think it was mostly in the east. Had problems with land last year. What about that? Do you have those issues?
One second. There is a massive shortage of land at this time. There are hundreds of young people who would do anything for 2 hectares, 5 acres with water.
Mm-hmm.
I know of projects being designed and implemented right now to open up smaller areas of 50 acres, agri-park style with water, similar to what exists. I know of about 3-4 endeavors.
Mm-hmm.
The truth is, we can no longer subsidize farming. We can no longer protect the farmers without making sure that they have access to water. You can't give a man seed and fertilizer, and when he breaks his back and turns the soil, and he's 90 the way through, then he sees no rain, and it withers down.
Yes. So
we can't put people to farm anymore where they're at that level of risk of investment. That's just perpetuating poverty or creating poverty, because maybe he could have put that money somewhere else. We need to just make sure we tell individuals the truth.
Yes. So
and motivate them based on how we would also be motivated ourselves equally.
So irrigation is an issue. Irrigation.
Water is the greatest issue in the world right now.
Okay.
So let's also tell people the truth.
Yes. Yes.
It's the greatest challenge in the world as we speak. Do you know what's happening in Spain and those areas? There's a drought that they've never seen.
Yes, I
driving up the cost of onions, vegetables. All their exports are they can't make it.
Yeah. Well, it's the climate change, MP has done as a serious impact globally. So I am fully aware of what is happening weather-wise globally. Significant changes, because even in Jamaica now, climate change is one of the problems why we're having less rainfall. So we have to just come up with solutions to those problems.
Let me say this to you. I thank you for your time. I invite you to take a tour and see some of the challenges that still exist, because my fight to represent the people and to continue to build their lives has just begun.
Okay.
Let me indicate to you, because you say you know St. Thomas well. From Harborview, which is St. Andrew, all the way to Morant Bay, that stretch which of coming west, I can tell you, is a massive success. From the way to Cedar Valley, past, it couldn't cross it. That had to be fixed and has been finished maybe a year now. The project is funded and to be started as we speak. So that's Penline, to connect Penline, Hagley's Gap. We have some parish council roads in those hills that have not been properly maintained or serviced. We have some road structure between Penline, or I should say Hagley's Gap, going back through Nest Castle, going back to Cedar Valley. We have that region that is challenged up in the hills. We also have the region between Ramble Bridge, which is greatly challenged, going towards Albion Mountain. Albion Mountain is that area that looks over all the way to Morant Bay, to Yallas, right back to Maypen. It's one of the greatest views you have of the coastline of Jamaica when you go to Albion Mountain. That area, Albion Mountain, Richmond Gap, Richmond Vale, Riverhead, down to Ramble. So I have 3 areas with about 14 districts that if I took you in there for a day, you would wonder how the people survive. The infrastructure is so weak and so poor.
Yes.
But we have turned our attention to it. We have a community work program there this Saturday to without government funding, where we're going to try and work to improve the road temporarily.
Mm-hmm.
So we're turning our attention to completing the job.
Yes, sir. Yep. Now, the biggest problem, one of the biggest, if not the biggest problem facing Jamaica right now, I'm sorry, it is up there, and that's a crime problem. How is that affecting your
Let me say this to
constituency?
you.
Yes.
There's no 2 ways that crime is a problem.
Yeah.
But is a chicken or egg? Which one caused it? The lack of investment, the lack of opportunity? I am not one of those that's going to tell you that because somebody has no opportunity or there's no investment, he has a right to create. No, not at all.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to tell you something. Thousands of people out there have put their heads down, educated their children, and have turned their lives around.
Yes.
There are success stories everywhere. West St. Thomas, East St. Thomas, Portland, St. Mary, areas and communities that are challenged have given us some of the best doctors, lawyers, scientists, have given us a lot of successful people.
Mm-hmm.
We do have, and we have had crime issues. But the truth is, for the most part, it's been a handful of young men that have just gone rogue, become gremlins,
Mm-hmm.
a destruction to their communities,
Yes.
cutting and destroying every effort to make a difference. And they have to be taken on, challenged. You saw the greatest success we have had recently through the court system. The
Yeah.
Guardian newspaper highlighted it recently.
Mm-hmm.
When the Guardian says Jamaica's success in its fight against crime, I couldn't believe when I read that they picked up and carried that story. I said, yes.
That was a major breakthrough.
But did our newspapers carry it properly and fully? Did our media treat it as a major success story?
Yes, the Jamaican media dealt with it too.
Okay. Did the people of Jamaica get the communication and do they understand the significance of it?
Well,
the message that is sent to organized crime?
Well, I don't know if everybody digested the message. I don't know, but I know it has been out there, and the police have been talking about it. The media has been talking about it, and I sincerely hope that the wider public would really get a clear picture of how successful that is and how we can all contribute in dealing with those issues. I sincerely hope.
What I have gotten out of this interview? Your last comments, where you acknowledged and you will see it and you understand it, mean a lot to me. Because I did not see it as significant until, and I apologize for it, until I started speaking about it recently, how significant that breakthrough was, where our court system was able to break, and our police to break the back of these criminals.
Yes.
That have been protected in many, many ways by individuals who have attempted to use this weakness for political gain.
Well, Mr. Robertson, the crime problem in Jamaica, the political parties in Jamaica.
Let me say this to you. You may be right if you're talking about this 50s, 60s, 70s times before I was born. You may be right if you even say it went into the 80s. But I can tell you, since I've been member of parliament and watching what some of these gremlins and these gangs have done, I see no political connection.
No.
And I spoke to the police recently, and who are on the ground, and they will tell you there has been no political connection.
No, I am not saying that of course the situation has changed, but I'm talking about the roots. The roots But anyway, you know,
Well, I like this conversation.
Yeah.
And if I say something that people pick up and take south when I never meant it, you and I can discuss this matter and point to other countries where they never fought a proper, let's say, identification system, NID system. I do believe that every Jamaican from birth, we should know their DNA. We should not really no question who they are. People should not be able to exist in our space without proper identification and scientific identification and modern identification systems.
Yes. So we have needs.
I believe if we had not derailed that 2-3 years ago, we would be further ahead. I wish to come back and speak with you after you have visited St. Thomas with me.
Yes, yes. Just tell us. There is something in. I know this. This is not in your constituency, but since we are talking about St. Thomas, like for example, that dump in Morant Bay, that can't remain there as. It can't be part of the mix going forward.
Mr. Richards, let me say this to you. I have reached a place in life where I realize you cannot make everybody happy.
Right. Yeah, right, of course.
Let the scientists, let them decide who has to pay for it, meaning taxpayers pay for it, but meaning the agency and the scientists and those who plan the logistics decide where and what is best. And let them just do it.
Yes.
And let them just do it.
All right. Okay. I hear you on that. So
because if you move it next to my house, I am going to complain.
Well,
and I'm going to promise you that if you do it, I won't vote for you.
Well, I don't think the authorities would be. They are.
But everybody is going to say the same. There is nowhere we are going to agree.
Yes, but removing the dump is I think there are many. They have a lot of places in the parish that it can be removed.
There is nowhere they can put that dump where people will not be able to make good reference to concerns.
Yes, but well, as you said,
it has to be moved.
Yeah,
you cannot have it on our biggest river mouth. We should have a high rise there looking at the sea.
Yes, so that has to be removed. I mean,
modern high rise housing.
Yes.
Right on our highway structure going east to Portland, up to Blue Mountain Peak, back to Kingston and
yes.
That's not my background.
Yes. No. Yeah. But there is something else I want to bring to your attention. I know you have seen it, but I just would like to hear your views on it. And that is, in this morning's Gleaner, the Donna Anderson poll. Have you seen it?
When I told you I would take this interview, I said if you're talking about representation in West St. Thomas, if you're talking about a poll in West St. Thomas, I said I am going to stick to it. I would only be interviewed talking about West St. Thomas. Let me say this to you. I have seen many, many polls that I have taken serious issue with. I do believe in polls. You cannot embrace them when you wish to and kick them out when you don't wish to.
Yes.
Okay? Right. Let me just indicate to you. At this time, I can tell you the performance of the administration led by Andrew Holness is so far ahead. It looks like an old race where Secretariat is on the track. Not even legal like. Don't look for no great Jamaican racehorse. Look for a world-leading racehorse. It's night and day between Andrew Holness and the PNP. Mark Golding, and believe me, what Andrew Holness has achieved going through COVID with his administration, you are proud of it. You said so a while ago. The fight against crime, using the systems, the development in the East, no longer the forgotten parish. If you can do that for St. Thomas, you can pull around the economy of Jamaica at a time like this. It only requires us to go on the track, and you will understand the difference.
So the people who are polling this exercise here, they are not, they are in the dark. They are not seeing and feeling nothing of what.
I would never be that rude to them.
Okay.
But I have seen people who promised that they would never vote for me turn around now and are my greatest supporters.
Okay. All right. So, of course, it can be changed.
I go further to tell you, the original labourites in the room with me 20 years ago have had to embrace some of their political enemies because they tell you, listen, man, we have to support you and what you have done.
Right.
So I don't really, listen, we are working. I see Mark Golding went, and I was really embarrassed that he became so political and porous with the teachers. I've gotten calls from teachers I don't even know saying, listen, man, I am teaching today, I am teaching tomorrow, and what they're going on with is rubbish. But I've also gotten teachers who I know very, very well who have indicated that, listen, we can see how this has affected the teachers coming in at the bottom. We see how it has affected the teachers in the middle. And we see how the teachers at the top, the principals, have been affected. And we do have concerns. But I can say the last time I got a pay increase, I still had a concern too, didn't you?
The last time I went to where?
The last time you got a pay increase, didn't you still have a concern that it wasn't good enough?
Well,
have you ever gotten a pay increase you've been satisfied with? You,
no,
Mr. Richards?
Well,
no.
Listen. You're not going to find that, you know.
So let us understand.
You're not going to find
nurses, police, let me tell you, my hearts are with you.
Yes.
And I understand. The world has been through the greatest inflationary period in modern history.
Mm-hmm. You know,
we understand that?
One of your political opponent.
A political opponent, you know, they need to find. You can't do that.
That sounds like a Petrojam, something that resembles Petrojam?
That is something that a government agency with the right mandate, such as the UDC, Urban Development Corporation, that's their job. It's okay if they make that decision, but not a parish council. Mm-hmm. Parish council is coming out of a different place with a different mandate. So I don't support the mayor, and I believe what he is doing is completely wrong. You can't have people in an infirmary and shut in, poor people, hungry, without drugs, without this, because they do exist. Yes. And you put in on party to call yourself royal. So please, leave me out of that.
Yeah. But, you know, interviewing him, and he said to me that I had to laugh because he said one of the reasons why people support you is because they are fearful of you. And I said, but yes,
That's a wicked comment. That's a nasty comment.
I said,
and you know, that's why I don't mix up.
I said I know him. I said I know James. I know him, and I don't fear him, and I don't see I don't see why people would be fearful of him. But he said
people
that
don't know that I'm a pacifist. I can't even raise my voice.
But I said
I don't. If I vex, I just turn and smile and go do something else.
So right.
Nobody has ever pulled me out.
Yes.
With anger.
Yes. So as we're about to end this interview now, but you are telling us that in your constituency, that over the years you have done a lot of work. And you are now seeing the results in terms of farming is on the move. You are doing a lot. You have done a lot of work on improving infrastructure, and I would imagine that you have done something to update or improve the education, enable people to go to school. The unemployment situation, you have done work on that. and therefore you are giving yourself a A.
Me?
Yes, for
If you are the number one performing member of parliament in Jamaica by any acid test, delivery of taxpayers' money benefit per capita to your head, you're going to have to get an A plus. How are you going to grade the rest of them?
yeah, but I mean, you are grading yourself. I think you should leave the grade.
I invited you to. I never asked the question, you know.
Yes.
And I invited you long before you asked the question to take a walk with me.
Okay.
Come one morning early and let's drive into the rising sun.
Okay. I am going to take up that invitation. I want to thank you very much for your contribution this evening. And I want you to know that the Rebel Radio platform is open to all who are working to improve Jamaica.
Well, I can only tell you thank you, that's one. And two, I must only say to you, I look forward to seeing you also privately, where we can share opinions that are not taken out of context. And because my political discussions with you over the last 30 years have always been very strong.
Yes.
And forceful, animated.
Yes.
And exciting.
Yes, sir. Right.
And where we slip and we may say things that may come where you may attack me personally, I may attack you personally. Yeah. We did so as friends.
Yes.
And we left as we came as friends with differences of opinion.
Of course.
And we must have difference of opinions. And let me say this to you. I visit a lot of ministries and their agencies and interact with them. And I must tell you, there are individuals who just do not understand the standard that we must hold ourselves to. We must be able to understand where others are coming from and their opinions and not see it as a personal attack. Yeah. Too many of us see things as a personal attack. We mix up the substance with the form.
Yes.
And that's the problem we're having.
Yeah, we must, I am in total agreement with you. We must rise to the level where we discuss, we see, we have differences, and we express those differences, but at the same time, it is not a personal, we don't turn it into a personal grievance or, something nasty. That's your opinion, that's my opinion.
Yeah. And I was going to make reference to something you said 2 minutes ago, but I decided that this has been so pleasant. We leave it alone.
Okay. All right.
If you want to run. You want to win. But don't get low and make comments that are, point to something specific.
Yes. Well, one of the things...
Be specific. If you want to get personal, point it out specifically.
One of the things that the members of parliament in that parish, one of the things that I think they need to do whatever is possible to ensure that the contractors control the dust nuisance on the roadwork. That is something that deserves some attention. It is affecting people.
And we are having a problem in about 3 sections.
Yeah.
I can just tell you that where we have finished the work, meaning putting on the surface that keeps the dust down, trust me, it's a beauty.
Yes.
It's a beauty. Right. Well, thank you. I have to run, and I'm sure you have other things to do.
Thank you very much, Mr. Roberts. Have a good day.
Good. Yes. Bye-bye.
Yes. That was the Member of Parliament for Western St. Thomas, Mr. James Robertson, telling us about what he has been doing in his constituency. He said lots of things, Well, we are coming up now. Let us take a short break. At 3 o'clock, we are going to be talking to a representative from the NIC, that's the National Independence Congress. Let us take a break.
to go. I'm so tired of living a humble and country life. When you were attracted to the bright city lights, you had a lot.
Do it for your best life. Wait. Go check your HIV status. Wait. So keep your life trending, no pretending. Me I tell yourself it, do it for you, do it for you. Every time you are link with a condom, coulda Ozzy, coulda wife, coulda be a random. Condom connect and protect your profile. Be your own fan. Do it for your best life. Do it for your best life. Do it. Don't put yourself at risk. Condom connect every time. Do it for your best life. Do it.
It's a girl Shensia with a message to you from myself and the Ministry of Health and Wellness. Shen Yangs, everyone say we're a a mass where the numbers drop. I don't want COVID, lay you down flat. Nose and mouth, you fi cover up that. Oh, 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 oh. Sanitizer, get hospitalized. Fight the virus, then fight for your life, yeah. Nobody talk about say you no response no more. Don't be reckless, cause you test us so you're not happy. You can still get the virus from somebody. Don't be reckless, cause you test us so you're not happy. You can still get the virus. So keep the numbers down. Protect yourself and the people you're around. COVID in town, 6 feet apart and 6 feet in the ground. Yeah. Keep the numbers down. Protect yourself and the people you're around. COVID in town, 6 feet apart and 6 feet in the ground. Stay alive, stay alive, stay alive, stay alive, stay alive, stay alive.
Where do I go? Tell me now. Leaving below in this old sinful world, only a comfort I can't afford. Striving alone to face temptation so. Where do I go but to my Lord? Where do I go? Where do I go? Seeking a refuge for my soul. Needing a friend to save me in the head.
Yes, welcome back to Rebel Radio. And Reverend Roper, I don't know what happened. I just was about to get his response to some of the budgetary presentation. I don't know, I had him a while ago and then
Seeking a refuge for my soul. I wanna go right now. Needing a friend to guide me till the head. Where do I go back to my Lord?
hottest station with the hottest music.
Father God, Lord, your love has made me strong, and for that, I'm all yours. Lord of mercy. Oh God, I'll never find the words, the Lord, to tell you how I feel, dear God. Mere words could not explain. Yeah, gracious Lord, you held my life within your hands, created everything I am, taught me how to live again. Only you care when I needed a friend, making my promise. Oh, this song is for you, filled with gratitude and love. Oh Lord, I thank you. You make me feel brand new. For blessing me, I adore you. Almighty God, I love you. I sing this song for you. Father God, I adore you. Yeah. My Lord, whenever I was insecure, you build me up and made me sure. You gave my sense of pride back to me. Only you care when I needed a friend, making my promise. Oh, this song is for you, filled with gratitude and love. I thank you. You make me feel brand new. For blessing me, I adore you. Almighty God, I love you. I sing this song for you. You make me feel brand new. For blessing me, I love you. Yeah, I really love you. I sing this song for you. Oh yeah.
Keep we island clean, so clean. From the peaks to the beach, so clean. No dirty of Jamaica, please don't do it. Keep we island clean, so clean. From the peaks to the beach, so clean. No dirty of Jamaica, please don't do it.
No dash, no paper, no dash, no plastic. Dispose your garbage responsibly. No know how to recycle, learn it quick. And if you drop it, better pick up every piece of it. Plastics last forever, don't forget the bits. Cause when them touch the street, them end up in the sea. Collect pan the reef where they fish them feed. And when you want seafood, I eat your
Keep we
eat.
island clean, so clean. From the peaks to the beach, so clean. No dirty of Jamaica, please don't do it. No dirty of Jamaica, no dirty of Jamaica, no dirty of Jamaica, no dirty of Jamaica.
I does the 30 minutes activity daily. Love your body, treat your body right. Vegetables, make sure you eat plenty. Children do 60 minutes activity daily. Drink some water when you feel thirsty. Cut down dessert and have a smoothie. Jamaicans, love your body, treat your body right. Love your body, treat your body right. Just eat right. Love your body, treat your body right. Love your body, treat your body right. One more time now. Love your body, treat your body right. Love your body, treat your body right. Just eat right. Love your body, treat your body right. Love your body, treat your body right. Listen up. Make sure you know your health status. Go a doctor and get a regular checkup. Chronic disease can slowly creep up. We can lower the risk and live up if we just eat right and get moving. Jumping, running, dancing or skipping. Change the children, them lazy habit. Make them play out the door and put down the tablet. Jamaicans, love your body, treat your body right. Love your body, treat your body right. Just eat right. Love your body, treat your body right. Love your body, treat your body right. Jamaica, get moving. Love your body, treat your body right. Love your body, treat your body right. Just eat right. Love your body, treat your body right. Love your body, treat your body right. After two, make me hear you say I love me. 1, 2. I love me. 1, 2. I love me. 1, 2. I love me. After two, make me hear you say I love me. 1, 2. I love me. 1, 2. I love me. 1, 2. I love me. Jamaicans, love your body, treat your body right. Love your body, treat your body right. Just eat right. Love your body, treat your body right. Love your body, treat your body right. One more time now. Love your body, treat your body right. Love your body, treat your body right. Just eat right. Love your body, treat your body right. Love your body, treat your body right. Jamaica, get moving. Love your body, treat your body right. Love your body, treat your body right. Just eat right. Love your body, treat your body right. Love your body, treat your body right. One more time now. Love your body, treat your body right. Love your body, treat your body right. Just eat right. Love your body, treat your body right. Love your body, treat your body right. Listen up. Love your body, treat your body right. Love your body, treat your body right.
Jamaica.
Best decision ever.
Feel the sand between your toes and the gentle waves of the sea on your skin. Feel the warm Jamaican breeze lift your spirits and nourish your soul. Escape to exactly what makes your heart beat. You will love every moment. Jamaica, heartbeat of the world. Let's go.
Father God, Most High, to you I give all the glory. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Be not dismayed, whatever betide, God will take care of you. Hear that? Beneath His wings of love abide, God will take care of you. God will take care of you through every day, all the way. Mercy. He will take care of you. God will take care. Test. God will take care of you. Lean everyone about the Lord, and He will take care of you. Mercy. God will take care of you through every day. tide, God will take care of you. Beneath His wings of love abide, God will take care of you. God will take care of you through every day, all the way. He will take care of you. God will take care of you. God will take care of you through every day, all the way. He will take care of you. God will take care of you. I trust in you right now, Lord have mercy. Oh, yeah. To you I give all the glory. Hey.
Do it for your best life. Do it. Go check your HIV status. Do it. So keep your life trending, no pretending. Me I tell yourself do it for you, do it for you. Every time you are link with a condom, coulda husband, coulda wife, coulda be a random. Condom connect and protect your profile. Be your own fan. Do it for your best life. Do it for your best life. Do it. Don't put yourself at risk. Condom connect every time. Do it for your best life. Do it.
Just believe right now, and He'll do it again. You may be down and feel like God has somehow forgotten, yeah, that you are faced with circumstances so hard to get through. Right now it seems there's no way out, and you're going under. Yeah, God's proven time and time again, He'll take care of you, and He'll do it again. He'll do it again. Just take a look where you were now and where you have been. He always come through for you. He's the same now as then. So you may not know how, may not know when, but He'll do it again. God knows the things you're going through. He knows that you're hurting. He sees and knows just how your heart has been broken into. But He is God, God of the stars, the sand and the seas. He is the one who will take care of you, and He'll do it again. He'll do it again. Just take a look where you are now, where you have been. He always got you're hurting. He sees and knows just how your heart has been broken in two. But he is God, God of the stars, the sand and the seas. He is the one who will take care of you, and he'll do it again. He'll do it again.
Yes, welcome back to Rebel Radio. You know, this is the radio where we provide for you musically. We provide for you information that can be used to improve your lives. At this time, we want to get some comments on the budget so far to find out, you know, how this budget, in other words, how will it impact on the lives of the ordinary Jamaican? We have public commentator Lucius White with us. Lucius, how are you?
I'm very fine, thank you.
Yes. And so far you have heard presentations from the Ministry of Finance and from the opposition spokesman on finance. And what are your thoughts on this budget so far? And I am specifically talking about how is it likely to impact the lives of the ordinary Jamaicans?
Well, starting from where your main interest is, how it's going to impact the life of the ordinary Jamaican, I would say it is going to affect these lives adversely.
Adversely?
That's right, sir.
Why do you say that?
Because the budget as it stands, it's not credible in that the critical labor force in the public sector and the economy, which is your teachers, your doctors, your policemen, along with others, have not yet had any agreement with what is provided for them in the budget. They have not rejected, they say, but they have not accepted because there are anomalies which are going to adversely affect a number of them, and they want to get it clear. And the Minister of Finance has merely stated that we have made a provision. You can sign by the 31st of March and collect it, or if you don't sign, there will be no adjustments to anything for you until the 24-25 budget is being done. And I can't assure you of what will come. No, that is not a case of negotiation, and it's not a case that what is in the budget will be what will have to finally happen. Because let's put it this way. If the minister does not come to an agreement with these sectors, the disturbance, the unrest, industrial unrest within those sectors will completely disrupt the rest of the economy. And it means that not only is revenue collections are going to be adverse. But it is also very likely that when the final arrangement is made, the numbers that are in the present budget will not be there. Now you're going to get a situation where, assuming that there is greater payment,
you have 1 minute remaining on this call.
It means that you're going to go and cut an already weak capital expenditure budget.
Yes. Listen, Lucius, just hold it for me. I'm going to take a short break. Just hold it. I'm going to call you back. Just hang up.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That your identity remains hidden. Share what you know anonymously. Contact Crime Stop today.
Oh Lord, my God, when I'm in awesome wonder, consider all thy works thy hand doth make. I see the stars, I hear the mighty thunder, thy power throughout the universe display. Then sings my soul, my Savior God to thee.
Yes, we are back with Lucius. Yes, Lucius.
Yes.
As you were saying, yes.
Yes, as I was saying, if you make adjustments by doing what is traditionally done, which is to go and cut your capital budget in order to address the recurring side there, what you're going to do is aggravate a condition that has been adversely affecting us of underinvestment on your infrastructure,
yes,
in particular.
Mm-hmm.
No,
but Lush, hold a second.
Yeah.
Hold a second. There is something in these numbers which I think we are not looking at, and here it is. So far, I think money has been allocated to pay out to the public sector. All right. Now, the teachers, they are saying that it is not enough. Now, what I don't see in the budget is what is nothing to drive productivity and production. Now, remember, government gets money from three sources: taxes, grants, or loans. All right. Now, if so far we have had no new increases in taxes. Now, I am saying that if the government increase the money to the public sector workers right now, is what is going to happen, you know that 2 years or a year after this, they are going to be in a similar position. I'm going to tell you why. Because inflation is going to drive up. Because you are going to have more money chasing fewer goods. So production is not increased, and therefore what the government will have to resort to, is to increase taxes or borrow loan, and I don't think it is not a wise idea that you can borrow money and use it to pay salaries. That is not a wise idea, right? And then grants, I don't see them getting grants to pay that amount of money in salaries. So what I am looking forward to, that the increased salaries should be pegged to improvement in services and also how to drive productivity, increase production, so that you will have more goods and services, you will have more better service from the workers. But right now, all the attention is focused on the increased salaries, and none, or very little, is focused on increased production, and that can lead to a problem.
You know what is really causing the confusion is the three-card trick that has been played by the minister. Yes. Because when he tells us that the salaries are going to the payout is $12 billion.
Yes.
He has not told
that is for the teachers, you know.
Yes. That is the number that is presented to us.
Yes.
And arithmetically, it may be correct, but you have to take the net effect. That number includes money that normally would have been paid to those same people as allowances that have been rolled in, and as a result of the rolling and the marginal increase that they're getting, it puts many of them into a tax-paying bracket. And when you take back the 25% that goes above the tax threshold, it means that in some cases, some people will be getting less money than they started out with. And this is the reason why the people are saying, no, you can't just tell me this number. Make me work. Tell me what I am getting on my payroll.
Yes.
Because there are a significant number of people who will not be going home with increases that we told they are getting. Yeah. And some of them may go home with less than they are getting presently.
Well,
and it is these kind of sample three-card shopper tactics that is creating the distrust.
Yes, so
because when we go off with the impression that the teachers are getting this hell of an increase and they want more. But you see, the civil service, a whole sector, them had problems, you know. Because when they were told that they were going to get 20%, and when they go home, time is going down, you're hearing that is miscalculation and the payroll and all of that. The whole thing was intended to be that way. And the reality is that you can confuse and you can deceive, but the end product reality comes when a man gets him checked. How much am I going to get to carry home?
Yes. So therefore, what is needed, and I think that is that the bargaining table, the discussion around the bargaining table must be honest.
But there has been no discussion. This is the damn problem. Yeah. There has been no discussion. There has been a directive. This is what we are giving you, and this is it. And when they ask for details, you're not getting it, but you must sign before. And when you sign, you'll be told that this is it. And you cannot, no working people in Jamaica should surrender their rights to get money by the one of the things that it is going to happen with the nurses, it's going to happen with the doctors, it's going to happen with the teachers. You are going to get mass migration from a normal, because the dissatisfaction is, since it's take it or leave it,
Just people are going to leave it. Some people will leave it quicker than others.
Yes.
The end product is that the system is going to go on a further deterioration. So, you see, the PR aspect of it has worked beautifully for the minister, because a lot of people are under the impression that the public sector is just trying to grab money without anything, without realizing that what has been happening is that there is a glorious presentation that does not work in favor of a lot of the people who are being affected.
Yes.
And while the government insists on going forward with its program to build the new palace for them, you don't have any program that is saying you're building more schools to ensure that the 56 and 65 and 45 children to one teacher and one classroom in the system will be addressed.
Hold it for me. Let us take a short break. Hold it for me, please. Hold it there. Hold it right there. We're going to take a...
Mama's gone, she's ready in her heart. We're all gonna pull together and stay in the holy place. I remember Mama, happy day. I remember Mama, happy day. Grandma, I miss you. Dad, I miss you too. For those of us who lost loved ones, you know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. Lord Almighty. Yeah. Now Mama is sleeping in the bosom of Jesus Christ. Somehow I know she's smiling at us right now. One day I see her again.
Yes, welcome back to Rebel Radio. We have been joined by the Reverend Garnet Roper. Reverend Roper?
Yeah.
Yes.
But battery's dying and I don't have a charger to plug it in.
Yeah.
So I'll talk, but only for a little 2 minutes.
Okay, all right. We are talking, we have on the line Mr. Lucius Watson. And so, sorry, Lucius White. So, Reverend Roper, what we are talking about the budget, what do you see, what do you make of the budget?
Well, what it is a lot of fancy terms thrown around, but the fundamentals are just not there. The civil servant don't know what it is that they are getting. I listened to the Minister of Finance and he talked long about what he was fixing and the problem. When it came to actually what he did to fix it, he never explained what is significant about what he did. And there are a lot of people now who sign on to it and realize that they're getting pushed in a bag.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot of fancy talk. What it is moving the people's budget from the people. They taken over by data analysts and media practitioners, and they don't bother talk to the people.
Yes.
Then also the problem with the budget is that as with the civil servants which arises from that is that they didn't know what they get, and so now they're reading the fine print and they're rejecting it, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But I think Julian did a good job of presenting, but he made a disaster of talking to the people.
What do you mean by that? Made a disaster by talking to people? Don't understand.
No, they don't understand him. The language that he uses was not for them. The goodies that came was not to them.
Yes. Yes.
It's for others.
So you, in other words, based on what you have seen of the budget, then is that this budget has very little in it for the ordinary Jamaican. That's what you are saying.
Very little in it for the ordinary Jamaican, and they themselves say so.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yes.
It's like a substitute being found for rain.
Uh-huh.
People are expecting rain and they get something else.
Yes. Yes. So at this stage, what do you think? What solutions are you looking at?
Well, I think they just have to have a popular budget, you know, like pay the people, you know. The civil servants wanted to know what they were getting, tell them what they're getting.
Yes.
And make sure it's thing, you know.
Mm-hmm. Because as I said earlier on, and I'm repeating it, that for me, one of the things that is missing for me is that I don't see much in the budget that will go towards making the budget productive. Yeah. Right? I don't see much in the budget for that.
No.
And then the other thing that we must learn is that the government, if the government pay more money right now, and production in the country is not improved and increase, it is going to lead to inflation, and what is going to happen is that the surpluses that the government has now, if the government eroded. Yes, it will be eroded. So and then where will the government get money from? Because the government can only get money from taxation, grants, or loans.
Printing money.
Yes, but you can. But when you print money, it must be backed up. You can't just print money like that.
These people are not interested in proving anything to you or to me. Just interested in making an impression. And they can make an impression over the media.
Yeah, but I am talking about what is going to happen down the road, you know. Because, okay, the salaries are paid this year. And then what is going to happen next year? Inflation is going to eat away all of that salary, you know.
Yes. Well, the government will find itself in a position where it can't pay the money it said it would pay. And then the civil servants will really be upset.
So therefore, I am saying that one of the things that we should do, I am not saying that the wages must not go up, you know, but one of the things that we must do is to make sure that we do things that will drive production, increase production, and also increase and improve the services. The services right now, the service in the public sector is not good. Anybody who have to use the public sector can complain about the services. That the increases in salary should also be tied to that. Improve services. So that, yes, when you go to the tax office, when you go to these offices, the service there has improved. That to me should be part of the discussion.
You're a nationalist now. You're interested in the country and the people. You know, but there are too many people who are singing, dancing to that tune.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Well, if we don't do that, we are going to have problems. We are going to have problems.
Well, you know, see. So we set up like rain.
Yes.
Yeah. All that is going on is a slight of an, you know, for headlines. Yeah.
Yes. Mr. White, you were talking about the lack of expenditure, the lack of money to improve buildings, more classrooms and...
It's not merely a lack of money, Desmond.
Yes.
The real problem is wrong prioritization and the level of corruption that plagues the system.
Yes.
The amount of money. And you don't have to look too far, just look at what happened with Cornwall. It's a $2 billion project that is now projecting at 14.5. And it is 5 years behind schedule. And we are hearing that is rescoping rather than escalation. The truth is that it is on parallel level of incompetence and downright corruption.
Yes.
Because you cannot have a case where your Minister of Health is not an engineer. You have not employed an engineer in an advisory position. He did not use the Ministry of the National Works Agency.
No, but Lucius, hold on. Engineers are involved in this project. It's not
engineers are involved, but who are the engineers? If you
professional engineers are involved.
Listen to me now. When you are not a competent person, you employ engineers in the capacity of a consultant. If you employ an engineer as a contractor, you are at the mercy of that contractor because there is nobody to protect your interests. Now, when the ministry keep on employing contractors, whether they're registered engineers or not, but without having an engineer to protect their interests, it means that you're getting what you're getting. And you employ a doctor to supervise a technical project. And
which doctor was that?
The doctor said at the end of it that they were marking time and eating free lunch. So you can be fooled by hearing that people that the thing is rescoping. It's absolute rubbish. And that is a case that needs proper investigation.
Yes.
And that is just one of two. If you go into the Ministry of Education, you have the cases of money being spent, or we're told it is spent, and you have nothing to show. And it is that the level of losses through those kind of systems, if they were used in advancing the process, you would find money to do the things that need to be done.
Mm-hmm.
But we keep on asking people, the workers of the country, to keep on making sacrifice, while the capital people have unbridled access to do what they want.
Yes.
To run an incompetent system that cause the public transport sector to be worse than it needs to be because you put a bunch of incompetent people that tolerate the level of dishonesty that is not sustainable. And then you complain about subsidizing public transport. It is a case of the quality of management. And we have not got management, we have got excuse.
Yes.
That excuse the need. The workers have sacrificed long enough. What we need is improved management, competence and integrity in the management of the affairs of the state. So that you don't have the kind of inequities that exist. It is that I refuse to believe or to accept that the workers must once again They told that it is because they don't have resources why the workers must continue to can't meet their liability. While another sector has so much money they don't know what to do with it. It is Jamaica's problem like water. We don't have a shortage of water. We have poor water management. And it's the same thing with foreign investment. Jamaica is not short of capital. It's all using it to do what?
Yes.
And we prioritize the paying of debt rather than investing in the critical areas of your infrastructure and your education and your health. That's lack of resources.
I think the thing is that we are just simply too much on headlines, sound bites, and so we don't pay attention to the critical things,
Yeah.
I think who care which one I think you use, they will illustrate it.
Yeah.
It's just not enough paying attention to the details, So the tail is wagging the dog. Yes.
Yes. I saw in the budget, gentlemen, the budget presentation where a number of workers, government workers, who were contract workers are now made permanent workers that who work at National Solid Waste and other areas in government. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that new though?
Well, this one is new.
What is interesting about that? These people who were working there are working there. Have always been there. It is the government that did say them don't have any posts. Why they don't have any posts? Because they don't want to deal with the contribution that they're supposed to make. They do the same thing that the security guard people do with the workers. As a matter of fact, the government policy do it to the doctors. When you can tell me during COVID, doctors graduate and you can't appoint them because you don't have any posts. And these are things that you're supposed to create the posts because you planning institute ought to say we're supposed to have so much doctors and you're supposed to create the posts. But you don't create the posts, you have the economy has grown when we're dealing with recovery. And it's these simplified tricks where you confuse the people, mislead the people, and when it comes for delivery, they tell you 1.5 was aspirational. It wasn't. So altogether, the chickens have to come to roost.
Yes.
You a bridge fall down, and you can't find money to repair the bridge. You can't build parliament. And all that is affect production and productivity.
Yeah.
We talk about alternative energy, and what do? We only talk.
Yeah.
End product is that you must deliver, and projects must be properly prioritized. You're spending money, and you still expand the highway, and you don't deal with the bridges and roads that connect you to the fields and communities. It's misplaced priorities.
Yes, sir.
And if you don't do that, and if you don't improve your school system, where children are not promoted because they spend time in class, you increase their competence. But the competence can't improve when they can't read.
Yes.
And all of these things are based on how you manage the money and what is the priority.
Yes.
To pay your debts down faster than you should by law and understand on the capital side that can allow your public sector to work more efficiently.
Yes.
Because if you employ them and you don't give them enough materials to work with, projects to do, you're going to be paying them to do nothing.
Absolutely.
There are no consequences.
Yes.
All that you have been observing there are things that have been going on for years, but nobody gets fired.
Yeah.
Nobody gets called out. You know? So those who are there now will stay, and those who are looking on will know what to do not to lose their job.
Yes. I see where one economist say we can have the 270,000 public sector workers that we can terminate 70,000 of them, and still we're not doing worse than what we are doing now. Well, gentlemen, listen. We have to continue this discussion at another time.
Okay. Yes. All right. All the best to you.
Want to thank you. Thank you very much. That was Mr. Lucius White and the Reverend Garnet Roper, giving their views on the budget and what is in it for the ordinary Jamaican. Let us go for a break.
Lord, I'd love to sing your praises. I'm so glad you're in my life. I'm so glad you came to save
The station with the artist station with the artist music.
my Redeemer, yeah. Yes, he lives forever, yeah. Who taught the sun where to stand in the morning? And who taught the ocean you can only come this far? And who showed the moon where to hide till evening? Whose words alone can catch a falling star? Well, I know my Redeemer lives, and I know my Redeemer lives. Let all creation testify is risen and alive, and I know my Redeemer lives. The very same God that spins things in orbit runs to the weary, the warm and the weak. And the same gentle hands that hold me when I'm broken, they conquered after bringing victory. Yes, I know my Redeemer lives, and I know my Redeemer lives. Let all creation testify he is risen and alive, and I know my Redeemer, he lives to take away my sins, and he lives forever, I proclaim, to protect me from my sin. His most precious life he gave, but now he's alive. There's an empty grave, and I know my Redeemer lives. Yes, I know my Redeemer lives. Let all creation testify his life is magnified, and I know my Redeemer lives. Oh yes, it lives. I can testify now. Why yeah. Who taught the sun where to stand in the morning? And who looked at the ocean, you can only come this far. And who showed the moon where to hide till evening, whose words alone can catch a falling star. That's why I know my Redeemer lives.
Keep we island clean, so clean. From the peaks to the beach, so clean. No dirty up Jamaica, please don't do it. Keep we island clean, so clean. From the peaks to the beach, so clean. No dirty up Jamaica, please don't do it.
No dash, no paper, no dash, no plastic. Dispose your garbage responsibly. No know how to recycle, learn it quick. And if you drop it, better pick up every piece of it. Plastics last forever, don't forget the bits. Cause when them touch the street, them end up in the sea. Collect pan the reef where they fish them feed. And when you want seafood, I eat your
Keep
eat.
we island clean, so clean. From the peaks to the beach, so clean. No dirty up Jamaica, please don't do it. No dirty up Jamaica, no dirty up Jamaica, no dirty up Jamaica, no dirty up Jamaica.
I've looked high and I've looked low. There's no one to compare to you. Climbed up to the highest mountain, looked all around, couldn't find nobody. Yeah. Went down into the deepest valley, looked all around, couldn't find nobody. I went across the deep blue sea, couldn't find one to compare to your grace, your love, your mercy. Nobody greater than you. Lord of mercy, searched all over, couldn't find nobody. I looked high and low, still couldn't find nobody. Nobody greater, nobody greater, nobody greater than you. Lord of mercy, searched all over, couldn't find nobody. I looked high and low, still couldn't find nobody. Nobody greater, nobody greater, nobody greater than you. Nobody greater, nobody greater, nobody greater than you. I searched all over, couldn't find nobody. Looked high and low, still couldn't find nobody. Yeah. Nobody greater, nobody greater, nobody greater than you. Lord of mercy, nobody greater, nobody greater. Nobody greater than you. Climbed up to the highest mountain, looked all around, couldn't find nobody. Yeah. Went down into the deepest valley, looked all around, couldn't find nobody. Went across the deep blue sea, couldn't find one to compare to your grace, your love, your mercy. Nobody greater than you. Lord of mercy, searched all over, couldn't find nobody. I looked high and low, still couldn't find nobody. Nobody greater, nobody greater, nobody greater than you. Lord of mercy, searched all over, couldn't find nobody.
1, 2, 3, 2 more. 1, 2. Adults to 30 minutes activity daily. Love your body, treat your body right. Vegetables, make sure you eat plenty. Children do 60 minutes activity daily.
Yes. This is Rebel Radio. Welcome back, my listeners and viewers. And we are going over now to our friend in Ophelia Clue.
Hi.
Ophelia, how are you?
I'm fine. It's a rainy day today.
Wow. But Ophelia, if my memory serves me right, the last time we spoke, it was raining. Do you remember?
Or was it snowing?
No, you had rain, man, and I was saying to you that you, if you could send some of the rain over to us in Kingston, that we can, because we're having drought.
Oh yes, now I remember. Yes, it rained today again.
Yes. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm sure everybody in Jamaica would be would like some of that rain right now, because we're having a drought situation, and it is impacting very negative right now as we speak. They have to be chucking water to residents all over the country.
Really?
Yes, and there is water lack off in parts of the corporate area. Yes, it's a serious situation. So, and we haven't had any significant rain since October last year. And
wow.
Yes, and the weather people are not predicting any rain, anytime soon. So we grudge you.
What about What about the rivers? Most of them dry up?
No, well, they're not dried up yet, but the water supply there is low, and that is why the water that is flowing from these rivers and underground supplies to the dam in the corporate area has reduced significantly.
Okay.
Yes, so if it continue like this for another 3 months, I'm sure that some of these water sources are going to dry up. Yes.
Oh, that's terrible though.
Yes.
But you know what people can do? Whenever it does start raining, they can use their barrels maybe to catch water and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The plastic.
Yes. We have to now look as a country. We have to now look at harvesting water, because climate change has changed significantly how it rains, And I want to point out something, that it is not just Jamaica that we're having where climate change has affected the weather, Because, for example, I was looking at reading something out of Spain where the farmers there were having problems because of low water supply. And even the United States, because last week or 2 weeks ago, like in California, it was a lot. They had sections on there, the people on there had very bad weather, devastated weather. So.
Like no rain?
No, heavy rain. I mean, destructive rain, destroying proper houses and yes. So
really?
Yes, in some sections in California, yeah, man. That's it. So where you are now, and just remind the audience where you're talking from right now.
Well, I'm in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Right. Okay. And
we're almost at the end of winter.
Yes.
We have what? How many more weeks we have? Hold on, let me ask my client here. How many more weeks we have?
6 more weeks.
How many weeks?
Like 4 to 6 more.
4 to 6 more? Yeah, maybe we have like another 4 to 6 more weeks.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wow.
But that's sad though. Since October last year, like little to no
Yeah.
Rain in Jamaica. It's really, really bad.
Right. Right.
So
Those.
Can we harvest water?
Yeah, of course we
Is
can.
that even possible?
What I was saying is that more attention will have to be paid to that now. That as soon as rain start again, one of the things that one of the things that should be we should start looking at as a country is to, first of all, to build supplies, to make catchment, to provide catchment from now, so that we can harvest water. Because going forward, climate change is going to impact rainfall. So yes, we should not believe that this is a one-off thing. It is going to impact it. So we must pay, as I said, and I agree with you there, we must pay more attention to water harvesting. So
and
you
a lot of
yes.
Sorry, go ahead.
Your clients, they're all Jamaicans.
Yes, they are.
Yeah. So I would like to hear from them what they think of what is their view on Jamaica right now. What is their take? When are they coming home?
What's your take on Jamaica? Hold on, let me hand it over.
Yes.
His name is D.
Yes.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon to you, sir. So, you're a Jamaican, and what is your take on Jamaica at the moment?
Well, the take on Jamaica right now, I don't know, too much violence. I think a little bit of violence. Well, violence are going everywhere, even where we there right now. Because Jamaica, little and things, so it's going to look more like outrageous for now, so the country have so much crime in even a week or a day or whatever it is,
Yes.
And then the next thing is now, what I say, well, the education level where them have to offer Jamaican, right?
Yeah.
I think them have it set up the right way, because even at the school, them growing up, them separate the bright one from the way they said the one, well, I'm not going to say dunce or, well, that the words them I use now, right? To classify. And I think so that have a lot of impact for doing for a lot of things in the country. Like education level. Because if them have the education level to a circumstance where, say, them a give evil the uneducated a chance to try to be educated or surround them with people. Because if you surround yourself with thief, you're going to be thief. So if you surround a bunch of kids when not up on a certain level, like reading level or mathematics level or English level with a next student will maybe worse than him, not get no better. More than first at the classroom, and then you're going to see lead up to the streets.
Okay. Yes. So you want to see improvement.
Them have to improve the education level for try to fight poverty. Then you try have a less crime rate in the country. Because say if a individual grew up having certain lifestyle and then all of a sudden him not get it no more because he either get it from him parents and him reach certain age now where him have to hunt it for himself. At any means or any ways, him a go try to get it,
Okay.
So for all of them crime them, say you have to do with education and you have to do with the lack of where that's a poverty in the country and all of them things. And then with water situation, if the government try to utilize the river and the spring water them and try to get machine in the country and set up factory where you can have the water purified. Jamaica have most of the spring water them and Jamaican can just naturally go there and drink it without even boil it. So if you have the water at that level, if you try manufacture the water and have it where him have it that everybody needs, that could even be a main income for the country. Different from tourism and all of that.
Yes. Yes. Well, as one of my guests today pointed out, that what we have is a managerial problem with water supplies, because it's not that we are short of water, it's that we are not managing the water supply, because we still have for example, like places where there's lots of water, and people at this moment are without water.
Yeah, like over the cockpit country where I try to like maybe make the Chinese people them buy out and other people buy out. And him for just use that as capitalize off of that. Come together with them who living in the company, in the community, should say, sorry about that, in the community and come with a great plan and idea and come to understanding with each of the citizens them and residents of the community and build up some factory. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
Them country and have it, purify the water, give people them work. Either find out say country that develop more, cause him start that you gotta find private individuals are gonna find spring and get them own machine and start do the same thing.
Yes.
I mean, that be really a big problem now, like when you know no rain now fall or nothing. Cause it have water, it have surplus. It have people can go out different location and buy them water. More than for wait on the truck them for come. Cause same thing the truck man them are doing now, we sell the truck them in the community. Them find somewhere or them go to people where already purify the water and buy it back. Depends on where them are sell the water, if a drinking water or random water like to deal with it all depends. Yes.
Yeah, man. So boy, it is as I said, we have some issues here which we need the authorities to pay some attention to and get it done.
You have to start from the bigger head.
Yes. So what is your take on the I'm sure that you are aware, you must have heard about some serious fraud in one of the investment. Yes. I am here.
Okay, we're hearing you now. You was having a little bit of disconnection just earlier.
Okay. I'm saying that you must have heard about fraud at one of the financial institutions and, a big fraud. Now, what are Jamaicans in your area saying about these things?
Well, that's a big one, That's a big one right there, because before you invest and all of that, you must have did your research and know what is what. So, I don't know, the government have to give them a good answer on that one, Because it must be a registered company that have to show certain documents before they could have even open that or establish that type of business,
Yes. Okay. And what? So from your end, from your perspective, the big problem that you see right now is the crime problem.
Is the crime.
Yes.
And poverty causes crime. So you know what is the bigger problem?
Yes, sir.
Poverty.
Yeah. Poverty, yes. I agree.
Yeah, poverty.
Yeah, if we can do it.
The way how Jamaica set up, they only give a few opportunities and chance sometimes. Then we say yes, but you have to either in a certain type of family or you have to be, you're more preferable if you have money or if you have a skin color, then we deal with you differently even if you're poor, but they only give that opportunity to few,
Yes. Boy, it is a...
if the government try to create more jobs, him have more rules than the jobs and him have more laws and regulation more than how somebody can even make $1. The taxes them are crazy when him have food and everything just crazy in Jamaica. The minimum wage is so crazy. The money where him have the Chinese people them are paying people them for work like a slavery. Same way, no country at all not going on. The money where Chinese people are paid Jamaica them for work. That can't calculate. Because the last time I talked to one of my friends, like him tell me say $250 hour for Thai steel or $300, something like that. I'm looking to it and I said there's no way the government can really have other people coming in the country and are working people like this. It's like slavery just motherize me, that's it. Slavery not stop with third world country.
Yes.
You laugh.
No.
Where America making a one.
Hello? We look like we are. Hello?
You know that.
Repeat what you said a while ago. Repeat what you said.
We're having a little
Yeah, we have
we
we have a break in transmission a while ago. I'm asking you to repeat. It's
okay.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say, if the government, right?
Yes.
Come and try to put something in play for these less fortunate people, it will make much more sense. Because if you have all these people at work, right,
Mm-hmm.
and you are trying to get them out of poverty, you know, have to set the minimum wage, even if for a 5-year period, you set it at a or I don't know what to say. If he can't do it long term, he must have some way he can work out, especially the people them where come invest in the country and use up your people knowledge and labor to become richer.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yes. Mm-hmm. They tell me something. The other day there was a that I think was last year. Last year I was reading something that says that there was a shortage of labor in the United States, in that people were trying, people wanted to offer in jobs, but people were not taking up jobs. So is that the case right now? In other words, is it hard to find workers right now in America?
Not really. You see, that moment is because of the pandemic. And, you know, the government was maybe taking care of a lot of them needs in some ways, and some people could still get a paycheck without working.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
So, you know, the government in America make it much easier for his people, like in circumstances. People will still complain, but it's much more better in America, you know?
Yes, of course.
Times like those, like on a pandemic or certain drought or disaster, you know?
Mm-hmm.
They give back. Jamaica don't really give back. And when they do give back their people something, that can't take care of nobody. You're going to give them $2,000. That's like $20 US.
Yes.
And where the big problem coming, you see if Jamaica was like maybe manufacturing most of their goods and products, they started import products. So now you're seeing people paying the cost double what we even paying in America for an item. Because if you buy your shoes in America to sell back in Jamaica, if you pay $100 US, you ain't going back to Jamaica to sell it back for $100 or $80. You're going back to sell it for $150 or $200.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes,
Same
of course.
thing with rice and oil and whatever food product you're doing. It's the same thing. Anything you import, you're going to cost double.
Yes, sir.
So cost of living is too much in Jamaica for the minimum wage, you know?
Yes.
So poverty going always like linger around, and the government ain't doing nothing about that.
Mm-hmm.
Each person come in power, they promise the people a better country, a better this, a better tomorrow, and there's no better tomorrow.
Okay, yes.
Well, for some class of people, you know?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. That is one of the things that they are saying. Some people are saying right now that, for example, the budget, and people are saying that they are...
So what is the wage at this moment in Jamaica?
$9,000.
And that is like $70 US or $65 US.
Yeah, that
Just
is
imagine.
the minimum wage in Jamaica. The minimum wage in Jamaica right now is way below the cost of living. Next month, the Minister of Labor has in his possession right now the recommendations for an increase minimum wage. He told the country that he's going to announce it next month. There has been a proposal to the government that the minimum wage should move up to 15,000. But I doubt it very much that they are going to move it up to 15,000. I doubt it.
Well, that would be very lovely if they could do it, and that is still, and people will get more job, and some, it will encourage young people to, do more in school. Because when you reach all in school and you're the high school, and then you're there at college and you realize that 5 of your friends will leave college before you, them they in a steady job or them they in a job where them study for. That kind of, break the motion and break the motive of things where you really want to accomplish. And it might change your mindset. That's why you have a lot of scammers in Jamaica. You see me?
Yes.
And then the government, them draw down upon the scammer them. That is the next thing to, You have this, me not say scamming is right, I will not go support it or rape, but it all come down to poverty. If you never have the country so pauperized, you would find all of these young people and take their mind and do that. If them smart enough can convince somebody to go take out their money, send it come give them. If you did lay some structure for them, can either gravitate to it or so much put their mind to, at least you would find so much young people are be scamming or involved in a scamming, and then now create a group of people, sign something with America for come for film people them out of film country. Alright, when you take all of these scamming money, when you take all these scamming money and these assets and these values where him seize and take from these people, what him do with it? Should I take all them money they then and them vehicle, they sell them back or put them for action or do something with them and give back to your country? No, sir.
Well,
I
think, for example, properties that are seized. I think what they do with them eventually is to sell them, and the vehicles too. Vehicles, whatever property that are seized.
What do they do with the money? All those millions and $500,000 US they be taking away. What you think they be doing with those money?
Well, I know that it is put in the consolidated fund. I can't tell you exactly what it is used for, what it is used for. I can't tell you, but I know it is
and
put.
And then, all right. You see, even if I try help develop the country, then even all right, you can maybe build up one jail fee scammer them, just like certain countries. So jail is an investment. Prison is an investment now, one of the biggest investment, So if he made a bill a jail, say, all right, that jail are for white collar crime people only, or whatever the case is. No, I'm just saying, if him did a bill like a jail or bill an institute, then where you put all of them scammer in and then you try get something good out at the end of them period or time where them have you so turn some of them in a cyber hacker, take the negative turn in a positive, do something, positive with it.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes.
At the end of the day, without poverty, you would have scamming and people are search for money anywhere they can get it from. So if him fix that, we have less of that. And you look away upon the country when them say, oh, Jamaicans are mostly scammers and scamming now originate from Jamaica. And everybody know that.
Yes.
Biggest scammings them go on every day and it take place in America every day. It start from here. So Wall Street and all of them places there and all other places and all right. We all come back down to even the business them, mostly call center. Why the people in America open up the call center them? Because they can pay the people them way below cost of living. Like, they can give them little bit or nothing. If them the America, them have to give somebody maybe $15, $20 hour for working at the call center. Them not give nobody maybe $2 hour or $1.50 at Jamaica for working there. So it all become profit. It might make the country become profit to other people and just have him country fall apart. I don't know if because him knows, I don't know the politician them look at. To me feel like everybody work together. The two party them work together. So no matter who in a power, you just have to have rich. The richer them become richer and the poor become poorer. Who not have no education, them just have to either stay like that or get more uneducated.
Yes. Well, sir, a very refreshing discussion. You have opened my eyes to many things, many things. Yeah. Many things.
Mr.
Richards.
Yes.
Rebel T Radio. Rebel T Radio.
Big up yourself. You see me?
It is not Rebel. It's not Rebel T. It's Rebel Radio. Rebel Radio.
Radio.
Yes.
Up here?
No, Jamaica.
Yeah.
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 That's nice, man.
All you have to do is just go on Google and type in Rebel Radio, or go on YouTube, type in Rebel. Yeah, I mean, we are on air. We are on air Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays between 2 and 6 p.m. Right? Right? Yeah. But you can listen to Rebel Radio throughout the day.
Okay.
By on Google or Facebook or YouTube.
Rebel Radio.
Yes.
Yeah, I just had 4 young men walk in the shop too. But I mean, we share the same sentiments as to the crime rate in Jamaica and all of that.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. And they believe, they also believe like you that the crime, well, everybody think that way. The crime is a big problem and it is hurting the country.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes. Well, want to thank you very much.
My pleasure, our pleasure.
Yes, yes. And so, we'll keep on talking. So,
yeah, man, I'm big up on yourself out of Jamaica. Hope you get some rain soon.
Yes.
You understand? We're going to pray for the rain.
Okay. Thank you very much, Ophelia, and thanks to the rest of Jamaicans over there. Heal them up.
Yeah, man, all right. Blessings. Big up, all right?
Okay, thank you.
Bye, Rebel Radio.
All right. Yes, that was our Jamaican friends, We have, we talk to Jamaicans all over the world, So those were a group of Jamaicans in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And they are sharing their views on what they think is needed in the country, And boy, the crime problem. Every time you talk to Jamaicans, well, both locally and overseas, the crime problem is a problem. It's a big problem for us, and that is something that we have to do something. We must do something in order to bring this crime problem under control. We must do something. Right? If we don't, we are going to be in problems. Bigger problems than what we are facing right now. We must do something about it. I can tell you that. Right now as we speak, the number of murders committed since the start of the year is over 200. It is below what it was last year at this time, but it is 200 already, and we are just in the 3rd month, right? So it is not nice. It's not a happy news at all, and we would like this year to be a year when the murder numbers are brought down significantly. We would like that to happen. It is going to take a lot of work for us to achieve that, but that is what we would like to achieve. Reduction in murders, reduction in the number of road fatalities, reduction in crime in general, and road fatalities. We would really want that to be one of our success stories this year, really. I don't know how many of you saw the latest Don Henderson polls, but one of the things that the poll is saying, that the question was asked, do you believe the JLP government deserves re-election? Well, according to Don Anderson poll, the majority of persons who polled believe that no, they should not be given a third term. Should not be given a third term at all. 45.3% believe that no, they should not be given a third term. 29.9% says yes, and 24.8% said they didn't know. So if these numbers hold, then what is happening is that the government would lose power when the next elections are called. And elections can be called next year. Elections can be called next year. It is constitutionally due in 25, but it can be called next year. Let us go for a break right now on Rebel Radio.
This love is richer, deeper, fuller, sweeter. This love is sweeter, sweeter as the days go by. He gets sweeter, sweeter, sweeter as the days go by. He gets sweeter, sweeter, sweeter as the moments fly. This love is richer. Sweeter, sweeter as the days go by. The more I trust him, the more I love him. There's nothing good for me he'll deny. The longer I know him, the better I could show him. I couldn't stop no even if I tried. The more I trust him, the more I love him. There's nothing good for me he'll deny. The longer I know him, the better I can show him. Couldn't stop no even if I try. He gets sweeter, sweeter, sweeter as the days go by. He gets sweeter, sweeter, sweeter as the moments fly. This love is richer, deeper, fuller, sweeter. This love is sweeter, sweeter as the days go by. Sweeter, sweeter as the days go by. He gets sweeter, sweeter, sweeter as the moments fly. This love is richer, deeper, fuller, sweeter. This love is richer, sweeter than the days go by. Blessed Savior. Oh, what a friend we have in Jesus. All our sins and grief to bear. Oh, what a privilege to carry everything to God in prayer. Often forfeit. Oh, what needless pain we bear. All because we do not carry everything to God in prayer. And with trials and temptation, is there trouble everywhere? We should never be discouraged. Take it to the Lord and cry. Oh, yeah, a wonderful friend. What a scared. Can we find a friend so faithful? Who will all those sorrows share? Jesus knows our every weakness. Take it to the Lord in prayer. Oh, we weak and heavy laden. Come burn with a load of care. Precious Savior still have a refuge. Take it to the Lord in prayer. Can we find a friend so faithful? Who will all our sorrow share? Jesus knows our every weakness. Take it to the Lord in prayer. Where do I go from here? What faith is drawing me? Touch my heart, it guides my way. Say right on the mighty, oh, through the grace of God alone, I cast aside these fears I've known, and if I say from the depth of deep despair, oh yeah, lead me through the darkness and through each gloomy day. Take my hand, oh precious Lord, and help me on my way. Give me strength that I might find abide in faith and peace of mind. So I won't ask where to back home from. Oh, right now, lead me, Heavenly Father, to the promised land I stay. Guide my step, oh Lord. Please take my hand. Oh, right now, yeah. Where do we go from here? What fate is blocking me? Yeah. Please show us the sign. We know you'll be there all time. So give us strength that we might find. Abide in faith and peace of mind. So we won't ask, where do we go from? Lead me through the darkness and through each gloomy day. Take my hand, oh precious Lord, and help me on my way. Give me strength that I might find. Abide in faith and peace of mind. So I won't ever ask thee where do I go from. Oh, right now, lead me through the darkness and through each day. Take my hand, your mercy and grace. We worship your name. Your name remained the same. Yeah, you are God, holy and righteous. You are God. Yeah, you are God. You are God. So holy and righteous. You are God. You are God. We lift up our hands and bow in your presence. We glorify your name, 'cause you're worthy to be praised. You are God, so holy and righteous. You are God. You are God. You are God, holy and righteous. You are God, the true and living God. Yeah, you are
Friday. And we are now going to be talking to our businessman friend, you know, Bobby. Bobby, how are you? Hello? Bobby? Don't know, it look like we'll lose him. We'll lose him. We lost him a while ago. Let us get him back. Yes, man, Bobby, or
COVID lay you down flat. Nose and mouth to fi cover up that. Oh oh, oh oh. Sanitizer get hospitalized. Fight the virus, then fight for your life, yeah. Nobody talk about say you no response no more.
Oh, Bobby, you are there? All right.
Yeah, man.
All right. Okay. Yes, we are talking to our businessman, commentator, you know, who we talk to in order to find out what is happening. Bobby, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you too, my brother.
Yes. And I'm certain that you are pleased. You are pleased with the what is in the budget for small business people. Are you?
When I see those things become effective, then I will be pleased with it.
Okay.
And to tell you the truth, my brother, I really and truly, and it might be sad, but I don't spend my time to listen to those stuff, you know. So I hear about $1 trillion budget being rolled out, but as to the details, I have not gone to really get any information as to what is happening in terms of the allocation and all of that.
Yes.
Because the country is lacking. Lacking in the sense that at this point in time, we need people to lead us.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So having rolled out $1 trillion budget, if we don't have persons to purpose those money, use those money purposefully, then it's just going to be another joke.
Yes, yes.
So I heard people talking about it's an historical budget and all kind of things. There's nothing historical about it if there's no history behind it. And I say that, and the reason I say that, we are in an era that we don't talk about billions anymore. So I wouldn't expect with the cost of living for the government to lay out nothing less than trillion.
Yes.
You know? Again, as I said, is what we do. And remember the last time we spoke about the usage of the NHT money, right? So this money was earmarked to build houses. And we came to the understanding that both administrations went into the money and do something else with it.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So you would understand when I say then, whatever the finance minister has laid out in his budget, whether it be for fire brigade or for hospitals or for small businesses, if we don't spend these money wisely, if we don't spend these money as black, green, and gold, and not orange and green, then we really have nowhere going.
Yes. And on that note, Bobby, one of the things that we have to look at, and I'm sure that you are close to this because that is part of your business, is the basic cost of
living.
Cost of living, and specifically food. Because one of the things that we can't escape, that the cost of food has gone up significantly,
More than 100%.
Yes, and therefore the people who are earning small incomes like the minimum wage.
Minimum wage is 8,500.
Yes. Now they must be under pressure. All of us are under pressure, as a matter of fact.
But they are under more pressure than us.
Yes.
So let me say this to you. So the Shadow Minister on Finance showed us a study that was done by one of those universities, and they did just the common thing, the basic thing that you would want to have in your meal for a week.
Yes.
And that came to, I don't know how they came for that, because I know that figure can't be right either, but they came to the figure of $4,000 and something dollars.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let us say $4,500 from your measly $8,500 for the week.
Right? 9,000. 9,000 is the minimum wage. Yeah.
9,000 it is?
Yeah.
Well, it has risen. So $9,000. So you are left with $4,500.
Yeah.
Now we have not put bus fare into that.
No.
We have not put the children's lunch money into that. We have not put the utility bills into that.
Rent.
My brother, we are at a sad place.
Yes.
We're in a sad state.
Mm-hmm.
And Marcus Garvey said that it is when our back is against the wall that we are going to realize where we are.
Mm-hmm.
But I think our back is against the wall already, and we still have not realized where we are.
Yes.
And the country, and we get every day and we brag and we boast about how we are this kind of people and that kind of people. But people are hurting. I don't know if what would have caused a teacher to hang herself on her 4-year-old daughter?
No, when that occurred, by the way?
That happened. I think yesterday. It is in the news. I should think.
Yeah, a
teacher, and her 4-year-old. I just saw something a while ago about it, but I saw it before yesterday. I thought yesterday, and I glimpsed something a while ago. And again, my friend, I really and truly don't read these things because it is so depressing. Every day you get up, every single day. There's nothing to lift you up. There's nothing to edify you. There's nothing at all to let you feel that, okay, I want to be in this place. Every day is the same kind of bad news. Mm-hmm. The teachers now are struggling, are asking for more. And I see where Damon Crawford has put forward something, and I hear a person saying, how can the teachers be paid more than the police? Mm-hmm. And I said to myself, so why are you comparing teachers with police? And what are you saying? That the teachers should not, why are you saying the teachers should not get more money than police? Mm-hmm. I don't understand, And again, it tells me as a people where we are at. Mm-hmm. Because our teachers are supposed to be one of the highest paid public service servants in this country. Mm-hmm. And until you go inside a classroom and sit before those children, then you'll understand. But let us remember that every single profession, the teachers are the ones who create them. Don't forget them.
Yes,
the teachers shape and mold is any society.
Yes, of course, you are right with that.
And they are to be treated. If we can find money to pay a public servant dog allowance, why can't we find money to pay our teachers?
Yes. Hmm? No, you know something, Bobby, that
yes, my brother.
I invite listeners and viewers to look at in this compensation package.
Yes.
Well, first, what those at the top And this is one of the issues that the teachers are talking about. For example, the principals. The principals are not complaining, you know, because this wage package that is in front of us now is that those at the top are going to be better off. Now, one of the things that we would like to know, the members of parliament salaries are going to go up in this package, you know. This package, their salaries are moving in this package too, you know. Permanent secretaries and all the top officers in the public sector.
And why is that so? Why is that so?
Well, remember that it is a public workers compensation package, and whenever the public servants, the MP salaries, they are tied to the public servants, you know. So whenever there's an increase, for example, now there's an increase, this increase for the public sector workers, they are going to be involved. Now, and one of the things is that I was talking to a trade union, and in some cases, the top public servants are going to be receiving some hefty increases, you know. Yes. So the package as it is now, I think that is where there's a lot of imbalance because the classroom teachers who are graduate teachers, their salaries are small. But principals and vice principals and administrators, they are getting some FT increases.
And so it is always the man at the bottom of the scale that is always sharpened.
Yes.
Right? So it brings me to this point, and I want to ask, because I'm coming back to the teachers, I'm coming back to the salary. It brings me to this point to ask you this question. Have you seen any low-income houses being built for the low-income workers? Have you heard of any?
No, I don't.
Okay. So it is going to always be. You see, we are still in slavery, you know, but we are enslaved in a farm. Because it is a small man's back that we ride on to reach where we are.
Yes.
And again, I will tell you this, that most of these people who you speak to, who are in this high seat, are Christian. And will tell you of Christ, yeah, but they don't act Christ-like, because this present salary negotiation and it's going on. Because as you rightly said a while ago, I have a friend who works in the public sector, the public sector, and he said to me, Bobby, based on where he is now, once this deal is to come true, he'll be getting a nice salary.
Okay.
He's getting a hefty salary.
Yeah.
What he said to me.
Yes.
Right? No. Why can't we sit back when we are doing these negotiations? I said, okay, all right. For example, members of parliament, permanent secretary, all of these persons, they are well okay. Salary is okay there. But these are the salaries that we need to adjust. So it must be something feasible. It must be something that makes sense. And that's something that we just jump on and say, oh, so because we are going to raise the gardener's salary, then everybody's salary must be raised. Because the country, if we say that we are thinking of country, the country can't afford it. Because you are saying you can't afford to give these people any more money because they don't have it. Yeah? Yet still, you're going to have people going home. So I should believe that the commissioner who is now getting 1.5 million before tax will be going to almost 2 million. While a teacher who sits in the classroom and says to a child, put away your book, and the child comes up and bats her in her face, and she can't do anything about it, gets nothing. While a corporal who goes out there and takes the bullet, he gets nothing. And when he kills a known gunman, he's investigated, locked up, and his family suffers.
Yes.
Something is wrong with our system.
Yes.
Something is wrong with our system.
Mm.
And again, I say, as a peak, because you know what happened. I don't know if you noticed it. When I was going to school, teachers are persons who you used to look up to.
Yeah,
because they used to walk a certain way.
Yes.
They used to speak a certain way. They used to behave a certain way. And so your role models would have been your teachers, your pastors. You want to be like these persons. But I don't know if you realize now that everybody is sort of on the same level. And part of that issue, that problem, is because most of whom would be qualified or well qualified or well trained or would have been in the system a long time and have experience to offer to us have gone elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So
yes.
what we are left with, and we can't blame them either, what we are left with are those who are not fit. They're not fully fit. They're not fully right. But what are we going to do? We don't have a choice.
Yes.
We don't have a choice.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how can you take home a salary and when you reach home, before you start spending the money, you need another $100,000?
Yes.
And it's not because people are living on their means. It's because of where the society is. It's because of where cost of living is right now.
Yes. And what we are going to see, Bobby, we are going to continue with the brain drain because the professionals, they are, and this is across the board, medical, teachers, the professionals, they are going to leave, right? I just heard a news from the 5 p.m. news that the commissioner of police admitted that the police force is losing 400 members annually.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So
Because
I saw they have a graduation recently for 300. Right? But if 400 members are resigning every year, that is going to that must put a stress on the organization.
You're out by 200.
Yeah. And right now the organization has a manpower problem because they are short of personnel. Yes.
And we are making it seem as if all is gloom and all is well in Jamaica.
No,
but
yes.
It is not.
It is not.
And it is when the doctor says to you, listen, this foot has to be cut off because it is long gone. It has to be cut off. That is the time when you're going to say, oh my God, it's too late.
Yes.
It's too late.
Yes, of course.
But I want you to listen to this proposal I have, the suggestion I have. Yeah? Jamaica is a terrible country. We are having a discussion now about payment of salary to our teachers and our public sector workers on a whole.
Yes.
As you rightly said, some people will not complain because that is how it has been said from morning. The house slaves, you treat them a particular way, and so they will now enforce whatever plans you have for the outers. So they will do whatever it takes to make sure that everybody else adheres to what you put in place. Now, we have persons getting up to $2 million a month. Well, I'm going to say 1.5 million because I'm sure of that one. $1.5 million per month as salary. While we have some persons at the foot of the table going with $9,000 per week. We are having this discussion now that we are not able to give the teachers this amount and the police this amount because we don't have enough money. $500,000 per month. Isn't that a hefty sum?
500,000
per month.
Per month.
Yes. Would that be a hefty salary per month? 500,000?
Yeah, well, yes.
Okay, so let me ask this question. Since we say that we are on the platform of building a nation. And we want everybody to survive. Why don't we have a scale that we say, okay, this is the level, this is where we stop at this point in time, because we are growing the country, right? We want to keep our people, the people who have been taught and who can help this country to grow. And so at the end of the day, when all of us go home, we will go home smiling. So instead of giving one man $1.5 million and another $150,000 that cannot buy it, that can't do anything, we share the money equally so that everybody at the end of the day will feel comfortable with what nobody can complain. In other words, then, because they can meet the cost of living.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't that be a better way for us as a country? Instead of taking the money and giving some people this amount of money when they don't need it?
Well, yes, the idea is, they will never tell you that they don't need it, but the idea that what you are suggesting is that we should have workers should be paid livable wages then.
Yes.
So that they are able to buy the goods and services, necessary goods and services, so that they can make them live comfortable, right? They are not going to be millionaires, because you can't work to become a millionaire, right?
No.
But at least you are getting a livable wage.
You can provide for your family.
Yes.
Now, the desire of one when they start working, or when they start telling about work, you see, is one, they want to have a roof over their head and a car, and they want to provide for the family. That's basically why people work.
Yes.
Provide for the family, to have a roof over their head, and to buy a vehicle. Yeah?
Yeah.
Most people will tell you that when you ask them why they work. And having finished working, they would want to be able to relax themselves in a nice little property and call it the pension. But we don't see that happening in Jamaica, right? Because first of all, we are not people who really care. It's all about me, myself, and I.
Mm-hmm.
And so the proposal I just made to you a while ago, they will tell us I'm mad, I'm crazy. And they will try to tell you every reason why it would not work and it can't work. Right? Why is it that out of the public purse, a member of parliament went buy a vehicle for $18 million when he can get one for way less than that to serve his people? When we have schools today that are without light, without internet, still using pit latrine toilets. So we have this idea of becoming a first world country. But as to the things to do to become the first world country, we are not willing to make those decisions.
Yes.
So one man wants to go home with his back, and it's all about looking on somebody else. Because one man wants to go home with $1 billion, while another man goes home with $1.
Yes, yeah.
And you really sit down and you feel good and you tell yourself, oh, you are the well off and they are the whatever you want to call them.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Mm-hmm. Well, Bobby, want to thank you very much for your input as usual. You know, you always touch some sensitive issues. So
what I just said to you a while ago, though, that salary issue.
Yes.
I want you to go and look at the salary board.
Yes.
Look at what all of these big guys is getting, and see if these guys, if we had a salary cut,
mm-hmm.
We level the salary, the salary.
Make it more. Make it more equitable.
Yes. What would happen in this country?
Okay.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
All right.
No public sector worker
Yes.
should be going home with more than 500,000
Okay.
at this point in time.
All right.
We try for that. We try for that years to come, but that no. Let us build our nation.
All right.
Let us build our nation.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Bobby.
Thank you again for having me.
Yes, man.
All right.
That was our businessman, friend, and contributor, Bobby. You know, and he share ideas on how we can improve the situation. Let us take a break now as we prepare for a race in business. You know, that's big people's business. We'll be back at 5:30 with that.
Remember just where I am coming from, to where I'm standing now. I fell to my knees in praise of your name, thanking you, Lord, every step of the way. Oh, Father, you know I love you. You touch my heart, my soul with your mercy. I thank you, my Lord, for all you've done for me. You bless my life in so many ways. No, I will never, ever leave you. I won't be ungrateful to you, my Lord. I know that this world is all in your hand, and we are your children, and so we give you praise. Oh, Father, you know I love you. You touch my heart, my soul with your mercy. I thank you, my Lord, for all you've done for me. You bless my life in so many ways. Father, I love you in so many ways. Oh, Lord. So when I remember just where I'm coming from, hey, to where I'm staying.
Well. You know, it's time for the big people's business, racing business. This is where you get the number one information about how to win money at the track. And we have, you know, our two knowledgeable racehorse men, Dr. Paul Wright and trainer Will Suter. Gentlemen, Dr. Wright?
Are here, ready and raring to go.
Oh.
Well, you there?
Yes, I'm here, but it sounds a bit low. I'm here.
Let me hand over to you now. It's time for racing business, viewers and listeners, and I now hand it over to Dr. Wright and Will Suter.
Thank you very much, Desmond. It's Racing Business, Big People Business on your internet radio, Rebel Radio. And it is Welch and the Doc bringing you your selections for Saturday, the 11th of March, 2023. We have a weekend of racing, Saturday and Sunday, 9 races on Saturday, 9 races on a Sunday. And we want to remind you that the first race tomorrow starts at 12:15. All the races tomorrow are named in honor of some of the winners of the big feature race, which is race number 10, the Hotline Stakes. And we want to get the show on the way because we have some small fields, but they are competitive racing. And that means that the possibility of good dividends are in the offing. Just to remind all you listeners that, yes, last week, Wes Suter came up again with 5 winners out of the card, and that is a good one for all. When you look at all the tipsters and all the different publications, 5 winners led the way for a race meet last week, Saturday. So listen to what Welch has to say. The first race in the program is at 12:15 p.m. This race is native and imported non-euro, local one, non-winners of 3, imported one, non-winners of 2, 5.5 furlongs or 1,100 meters. We have 8 going to the post, and we have all the betting opportunities available for you. In this one, my top 4 in race number 1. Number 1, Legal Bomb with Jodeline Barrett. He's riding well. You will pin up with Brampton Alex and Ryan Darby teaming up for this one. Ryan Darby is a trainer and has been doing well with his small string. Number 4, Whiskey, and number 8, Dagaman Holder, riding for Fitzgerald Richards, a gift from Ben. 1, 2, 4, and 8. Those are the top ones. And to start off, I'm going to tell you the race is between Brampton Alex and a gift from Ben. Very close between these two, but I'm going with Brampton Alex to get us off on a winning note. Well, first race.
Yeah, different from you, Doc. Number 6, Goliath the Great. Goliath the Great is a very good horse. And I think the Goliath the Great represents class here. Number 6, Goliath the Great, will beat number 1, Legal Bomb, and gift from Ben, third.
6 to beat 1 and 8 in the first race. 6 being trained by Robert Pearson, who is doing exceptionally well. And his brother also has a horse on this card, so look out for that later on the program. The second race, named in honor of June Gay. The first race was in honor of Queen Paula, 214 winner. June Gay won the race in 1993. And this race is over 7 furlongs. For the claiming group, 200 to 250,000. Only 6 go to the post here. So my top 3 here in this race. Number 2, Green Gold Rush. That would be the big favorite. Dave Dawkins for Dalton Sergio. Good to see Dalton having a horse that really looks like a sitter. Number 4, whatever, and number 5, and number 4, whatever, and number 3, Dr. Gray. Dr. Gray is a slow starter, but I think he'll be able to get there and be in the mix-up in this one. 2, 3, and 4. Those are my top 3 in this one. And a banker comes up right away, Green Gold Rush, with Dawkins to get Dalton Sergio in the minute enclosure. In the second race, number 2, Green Gold Rush to beat whatever and Dr. Gray. Welch?
Yes, but Green Gold Rush coming off the layoff, run not too bad on last, come down to the bottom of the scales. Green Gold Rush is a banker. He beat number 3, Dr. Gray, was programmed well for this and looking good in the mornings. Green Gold Rush to get the better of Dr. Gray and whatever.
Okay, the same one here, both of us. A banker for that one. And when you're buying your exotics, bankers are a good, helps to cut down on the amount of money you'll be spending. The third race on the program, over 5 furlongs round, named in honor of Band of Gold, 2016 winner of the Hotline Stakes. Maiden special weight for the 3-year-olds. We have 7 of them going to the post, and of these 7, 4 of them will be running for the first time. So we're going on exercise reports. In the third race, my top 4 in the third race, I'm going to number 1, May Sellington. Number 3, Digital Light. Number 4, She's the Mirage. And the favorite, number 6, California Gold. Young Ryan Lewis riding for Wacky Lynch. And they tell me that Wacky Lynch has a horse that is a number 1 horse. Let us say, they keep telling me this is a number 1 horse, and wait until you see this horse run. Can't find out the name of this horse. So look out for Wacky Lynch. She has a good one. Top ones here, 1, 3, 4, and 6, I believe, that California Gold will get the better of number 4, Caesar Mirage. Welch?
I think number 1, although not experienced, he's lacking experience. The first time runner is a debutant. Number 1 of exercise reports. So get the better of number 4, Caesar Mirage, and 6, California Gold.
Number 1, that's Ryan Darby asking Omar Walker to write this one, and that is a significant selection of this partnership here, Omar Walker, Ryan Darby, and May Sellington in the third race. The fourth race is over 5 furlongs round. They will keep the starting gate there. 7 horses going to the post. This time they in honor of Stasiwasi, 1998 winner of the Heartline Stakes. And this one, button opportunities are here again, reminding you of the lucrative rolling triple. 7 horses here are my top 4 in race number 2. Number 4, Fabulosity, Casual Affair, Milkman, and number 6, John P. 1, 2, 3, and 6. Now, John P. has some good exercise reports, getting a lot of one. And remember, Samantha Fletcher, she has appealed disqualification, so she'll be sitting at some of these horses over the weekend. Good selection, this one, but my cooked food special for tomorrow. In the fourth race, Fabulosity to give Roger Hewitt a good one here for Byron Davis. Fabulosity to get the better of Samantha Fletcher there on John P. In the fourth race, number 2 to beat number 4, Welsh.
I think number 1 represent class here. This is a race that is full of speed. We have fast horses like number 1, number 6, number 5. But I think number 1, Casual Affair, will make all and get the better of Vampire Rejection and 7, Biblical Legend.
5 and 7 to come home behind number 1, Casual Affair, with Lester Pig and O'Malley's in the saddle for Dennis Price. The fifth race on the program, named in honor of Rani Maharani, 1999, winner of the Outline Stakes, is over 7.5 furlongs or 1,500 meters. They're stretching out this one. These are the maidens and untrieds. They're going over 7.5 furlongs. We have 8 of them going to the post. My top 4 here in race number 5. Number 3, Life is Life. Nugent and Jason Acosta teaming up with this one. I've noticed Jason Acosta recently spreading out the jockeys over his horses, using a lot of unheralded riders that you don't see usually riding for him. He has no Nugent riding here for Life is Life. Number 4, the favorite, Burning Valor. This will be the favorite. Number 6, Roaring Thunder. And number 7, Mr. Senator, a first-time starter with young Stedman riding there for Baba Nunes, who had a big weekend last weekend. So my top 4 here in race number 5, 3, Life is Life, 4, the favorite, Burning Valor, 6, Roaring Thunder, and 7, Mr. Senator. Roaring Thunder catches my eye. Chris Mamdine, a one-time champion jockey, riding here for Gary Griffiths. And this one impressed me the last time this one raced, and I'm going to go even with 57 kilos. I think that Chris Mamdine can get this one home in the 5th race. Number 6, Roaring Thunder for me, to get the better of number 4, the favorite, Burning Valor. Welch.
Well, Life is Life has been working well with old Nugent. He didn't ride it the last time, but he's back in the saddle now. But Burning Valor represent the class here. And I'm going to bank for Burning Valor to get the better of Life is Life over number 5, Hot Stepper. But I bank up Burning Valor.
To get the better of 3 and 5 in race number 5. And that's a favorite, Burning Valor. The 6th race on the program that starts at 12:15 tomorrow is named in honor of Rhea Infinita, the 2007 winner of the Hotline Stakes. This race for fillies and mares only, the ladies, they go 6 furlongs or 1,200 meters. This time we have 9 starters going to the post, and here are my top 4 in race number 6. Number 2, 4-5er. I'm told by everybody that this will be the favorite. You will pin up Andy with Leeson teaming up for this one. Number 7, that's Shrewsbury Norm, Jane Jackson and Ryan Darby teaming up for this one. Number 8, Disha, and number 9, the disappointing Wautastic. 2, 7, 8, and 9. I'm leaning, it's a very difficult race, towards Shrewsbury Norm to get the better of number 8, Disha, with Dawkins and Fitzgerald Richard teaming up for this one. In the 6th, number 7, Shrewsbury Norm for me to get the better of Tisha and Wautastic. Welch.
Well, you have a lovely horse here. This horse number 6, Select Me. After Select Me ran the last time, if you look in the racebook exercise reports, he has been to the track twice, 2 fast work. That's unlike Lynch. I think Select Me will beat number 2, 4-5er, and number 8, Tisha.
Number 6 to be 2 and 8 in race number 6. Select Me, Young Barrett and Wacky Lynch teaming up for this one. The 7th race, named in honor of Pooty Poo, 2015 winner of the Hotline Stakes, overnight on our horses. They're going 2 turns, so they start in front of the stands, 9 furlongs and 25 yards or 1,820 meters. We're back to 7 starters in this one, so my top 3 here in race number 7. I'm starting with number 2, Sistine Treasure. Dane Dawkins and Gary Sabrati teaming up for this one. Gary usually gives his choice rides to Dane Dawkins, who is the champion jockey. So look out for Sistine to give you a good run. Number 4, Marquesas, knocking at the door, but I don't know. Something is going to go right with this one shortly, so I'm going to put him in the bed. Not too happy, but putting him in the bed. And number 5, and that is Money Monster, with Lewin and Fitzroy Gillespie teaming up for this one. Fitzroy Gillespie with a small string. He doesn't miss when he comes deadly serious. And I'm going with number 5, Money Monster, to get the better of number 2, Sistine Treasure, in race number 7, named in honor of Pootie Poo. Reg. Race number 7, well, Suter.
Yes, number 1, Outbidder. Outbidder. We'll get the better of number 2, Sistine Treasure, and 6, Crimson. Outbidder for me.
Number 1 to get the better of 2 and 6. I just reminded people, folks, that Outbidder has won its last 2 races up here with the big boys overnight allowance horses, but they have gone for Omar Walker to Jason Acosta. This horse, a lot of money as a yearling, and now beginning to repay Carlton Watson with some of his outlay. Outbidder for West Suter. The penultimate, the 8th race, is nearing honor of Era Commander, 2003 winner of the Hotline Stakes. And this one has the most starters of the day. 14 starters will go to the post. This is the most competitive of all the races on the card. And here are my top 4 in race number 8. The favorite, number 2, Regal and Royal. Nugent and Griffiths teaming up for this one. Gary Griffiths for this one. Number 3, Snowflakes. Samantha Fletcher and Colin Ferguson teaming up for this one. Number 8, that is curling at Umrun. Anthony Thomas and Jay Thomas teaming up with this one. No relation, but they usually have a good combination going. And the wide outside, number 11, Buff May, with Dagaman Holder and Fitzgerald Richard teaming up with this one. 2, 3, 8, and 11. I'm going to the favorite here, but this is a nutty one, but O'Newjet should be able to complete a double, this time for Gary Griffiths. And I'm going to number 2, Regal and Royal, to get the better of number 11, Buff May. Well,
on a race program, we must have upsets. This race will represent the upset for tomorrow. Number 13, Catalina. Catalina has been fine-tuned to the minute. Catalina is as fit as and can make any horse. Catalina will win. Catalina will beat number 2, Regal and Royal, over number 10, Irons and Links. There's a question side beside Vanquisher. He's running 2 orphans. So something can happen at any time with that horse. Have him on the short list.
Who had the short list?
Number 12, Vanquisher.
Oh, Vanquisher. But you like number 13 to get the better of Regal and Royal and Curling Flight number 9. Okay. The last program on the program is the feature race, the Hotline Stakes. Fillies only when 6 furlongs are at 1,200 meters. This one gives you an idea of what is happening in the classics, and therefore take this race very seriously. It's the last race of the day. You get a time to consider yourself, and here are my top 4 in race number 9. Number 2, Speedy Here, fast. Townsend and Pearson teaming up for this one. Number 5, Royal Ash. P. Foster and Baba Nunes teaming up for this one. Number 6, Bazinga. That's Lewis and Philip Fiani. And number 8, Volatility, Linton Stedman and A.C. Nunes. Nunes has a firm grip on this one, but you notice that a lot of horses in here are trained by the top riders, by the top trainers. So it is number 5 to get the better of number 8, Volatility, and number 2, Speedy Here. The last race on the program, well, Suter.
Duracell has shown superior speed. Duracell will go in front and will not the cards. Number 4 will beat number 5 from number 1.
Number 4 to beat number 5 and number 1. So those of you who tuned in late, let's go over the selections for you. In the first race, I've selected number 2, Brompton Alex. Well, Suter has selected number 6, Galat the Great. In the second race, we both agree on number 2, Green Gold Rush as a banker. In the third race, I'm going to number 6, California Gold. Well, Suter going to number 1, May Sellington. In the fourth race, my cooked food special is number 2, Fabulosity. Well, Suter selects number 1, Casual Affair. In the fifth race, I'm going to number 6, Roaring Thunder. Well, Suter goes at number 4, Burning Valor. In the sixth race, my selection is number 5. Number 7, and that's Shrewsbury Norm, trained by the great man himself, Ryan Darby. Well, Suter goes at number 6, Select Me. In the 7th, I'm going to number 5, Money Monster. Well, Suitor selects the bid one, Outbidder, with Omar Walker and Jason DeCosta. In the 8th race, my selection is number 2, the favorite Regal and Royal. Well, Suitor goes at number 13, Catalina, to beat Regal and Royal. And in the 9th and final, the feature race, the Hotline Stakes, I'm going to number 5, Royal Ash. Well, Suitor believes Duracell will be leading them all the way home, just in front of number 5, Royal Ash. So there are your selections for tomorrow. First race at 12:15. Be sure to lean in, and remember, write down selections of us here and your own selection. And good luck at punting. This was Racing Business, Big People Business.
Well, Suitor for presenting the winners for tomorrow. Thank you very much. And ladies and gentlemen, that's Racing Business, the big people's business, and that's where we end our live programs for today. But remember to stay tuned to Rebel Radio, where you can hear all the programs, today's programs, and nice, lovely music. So stay strong and safe, and we'll be back with you on Monday. I am Desmond Richards. Stay safe.